last week, you guys made your way through the rest of the Ship of the Damned. You fought the Captain Baylor, the captain of the Ship of the Damned, and retrieved his gem of Umberly and one of the tines of the Trident, which currently I think they are. Are they both? Or Vossen has the gem and the tine is in the bag of holding?
Yep, I have the gem on the necklace on me.
I'm pretty sure I took the time.
Okay.
I'm double checking.
I think he said he threw it in the bag of holding. I thought you said.
Yeah, me too.
Guano.
Yep. Poop-covered dagger.
Alright, so yeah, you guys would have long rested on the little tiny ship while you guys were trying to figure out, give it a rest for the night. As you guys wake up the next morning, feeling rested, Bear Taurus with his Yogi the Bear looking face has turned back into his normal self. And you guys feel stronger as you hit 11th level. And now waking up, Vitoris, how do you feel after the person that murdered your sister has been dispatched, and do you feel avenged?
Do feel better, and I can sort of control becoming a bear. Everything's going well. Now we just gotta find the rest of the regain back the pieces of the trident we lost, and then figure out a way to kill a demon demigod. God, is he a god or just a powerful demon?
Yeah, he's a demon lord. So
Only Snodlers, or who is it? Kolos knows. Only Kolos knows about Dagon, or is it Boston?
I knew about Dagon, and I told you guys what I've known about him.
I just couldn't remember if he was like a demigod or whatnot. That was all.
Pretty sure we all asked Oracle.
Yeah, like I said, I just couldn't remember his actual, I guess you would say, classification.
So what's our destination?
Indeed, what is it?
Well, I think they're heading towards the Shark Queen.
Who's they?
Whoever stole the trident from us. They had the gem, she has the last piece, and then that giant metal, whatever it was, took the trident from us.
We know for a fact she has the last piece.
No idea. Snothers saw, I think, something. Right, Snothers?
Snarlers heard from the dead vampire guy that that's where they were going, because that's who had the last piece.
Oh.
Snarlers is pretty sure on that. Not 100% sure, pretty sure.
Cool. So where are we headed?
Snarlers has no idea, but I thought someone here might have known something or something.
Don't we have to get this ship repaired? Because aren't we taking this ship? No one said anything, so we're probably just taking this small ship. It was 15 minutes of talking. And no one said shit. So I think we should just take this little ship and get the fuck out of here.
I can send my owl to see if Edgeway can come out and pick this up. Tow it back or limp it back or whatever. Assuming someone else doesn't take it. Because we're only, a day or two away?
Yeah,
from Salt Marsh?
Yeah, you're only like 2 days away from Salt Marsh.
Have him send out some of the other ones to come try and pick this thing up.
Sure.
I think we should try to sell this fucking thing. We can get a lot of gold for this ship.
It's a lot of maintenance got to get done to this baby.
Yeah, right. I don't think we'd get much in its damaged state, but
It's quite dirty.
there's some coffins that need to get cleaned out. And
I mean, that whole one thing had bones everywhere and blood and guts and ass on the walls.
yeah, there was that too.
Well, while you guys figure out where we're going, I'm gonna cook up some of that precious rice that Batoris had to get for us while I was dying.
Nice. I like rice. So I'll help you cook it while we decide where we're going. I'll
Gotta head
pour some
to-
booze in it.
We gotta.
Snows is very confused still. Doesn't someone know where the fuck we're going?
Yeah, Ocanus' village.
We're going to the Sea Elves. Is where we're going,
Yeah,
I think.
And someone knows where that is?
I don't.
I
Oh,
don't.
you do?
Yeah.
Yeah, he gave us a map with it on there. Although Hector was the one who had the map, I think.
Well, that don't matter. I know where they are. I would like to stop at Trilor though. Try to get my armor fixed.
Oh, so is that where we're going?
I mean, I'd like to. I also walk around and hand everybody 34 gold and 40 silver. Because that's what was found, and I just took the whole hoard and was going to give it out later.
Oh, math.
So wait, are we going to a town? This determines what I plan on doing with this spell.
I guess we're gonna go to Kolos's home.
Yep, swing by there and then head to the Sea Elves village. I don't think that
Do
one's an
you-
actual town.
Do you guys have an affinity for silver?
I like money.
No, like as ornamental objects.
I like pat myself down. I don't have any silver on me.
Well, I'm not asking you. We're not going to your house, are we?
Oh,
Don't you owe us gold anyways, Snodlers?
Whoa. I'm not talking about gold here. I'm talking about silver objects. Snoddlers just wants to know, because Snoddlers has thousands of gold of material components that are missing, because we're always on the fucking move. Snoddlers has no idea what's going on here. Snoddlers is just looking for the 100 gold worth of shit. Snoddlers now has 100 gold. Like, Snoddlers wants to get a little cage. And
I don't have any silver.
Well, yeah, but
Right.
we're not going to your house. I'm not
Okay.
asking you. Snoddlers isn't. What? Why would I be asking you?
I don't know. I'm gonna go get some rice. Yuri, let's make some rice while we sail.
I've got some silver pieces.
Are we going to your house?
Can you make a cage out of silver? Can you do that, Snothers?
No, I need to buy a cage of silver.
You need a flying cage of silver?
Buy, purchase.
Oh, okay.
Snoddlers needs components. Snoddlers is a magician, not a cage maker.
Mm.
Question still stands.
Well, are you steering the ship, Snothers? You captaining again?
Snoddlers kind of gave that up after he got decently good at it, but I guess if I have to.
I will write the letter and then I will steer the ship towards the water where Kolos's home is.
Nice.
I'm gonna cook up rice for everybody except for Batoris, purposely.
That's alright. Victoria's gonna have my share.
Taurus has rations. Probably tastes better than anything Yuri could.
I think Vitoris might want something a little more meaty anyway. Because he's a bear, not because he likes meat in his mouth. Just clear that up.
Oh, I'm glad you specified that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll write a letter out to Hedwig letting him know there's a massive ship that you should send a crew out to pick up, bring it back to try and repair it up.
Alright, yeah, easy enough to, you wake up, you summon your familiar, and away he goes. You just watch him fly off into the morning.
I don't know if I
sunrise.
should put him. I don't know if anyone's. I don't think we've told them yet that we've lost the sea ghost. I won't mention that in the letter though.
Yeah, we'll leave that detail out.
That's more of a
So-
face-to-face conversation.
So, out of curiosity, what if I were to just take my crossbow out and shoot that owl and cap it right off? What would happen?
We don't get that ship. That's what it boils down to. And you owe me 10 gold.
Like it would just die, fall into the ocean.
It just disappears.
Yeah,
It disappears. The letter falls into the water, and then you owe me
Oh.
10 gold.
But you gotta hit it.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't look very much like a marksman there, Yuri. I don't know if you'll be able to hit it. I will
Oh,
bet you 3 copper that you can't hit it.
No, 11 gold, so he makes out.
No. 3 copper.
I think I would hit
We
it.
gotta waste some time on our travels to where we're going.
Yeah, so you actually
Gotta make
have
some entertainment.
you have 2 days. On the map, yeah, it's a 2-day travel. This boat is a little bit slower than the Sea Ghost. Yeah, it's gonna take 2 days to get to Trilora.
I begin
Is it feasible that Otto keeps up with the ship? Because he can only hold his breath for an hour. And if he
What's his swim speed?
50.
Yeah, so the speed of the ship is 80, so he's gonna have a
So
hard
no.
time keeping up. But
I just sprints the whole time.
No, I'm willing to dispel him. Send him back to the ethereal ocean.
okay, yeah, makes sense. I'm gonna wear him out.
Yep.
That thing just hangs with Kolos until he dismisses it.
Or dies. Yeah.
That's gnarly.
And then I could just summon him back.
Does he come back fully refreshed or?
Yep.
Oh hell yeah!
Gotta get yourself one of those, Yuri.
I want a fucking dragon.
Oh, you guys had a chance to get one, but everybody punked out on that one.
Snarlers wanted one.
All right, so anybody else? Your first day of travel is gonna be pretty uneventful. So what kind of light duties are you guys doing while you're traveling? I mean, Snarlers is probably steering 90% of the time.
I don't want to steer. Snarlers is done with the boat.
I'll steer 90% of the time.
I'm working the rigging and everything on the boat like normal, on top of the boat.
I'm not doing too much of anything.
Drinking and doing the sailing. Drinking and sailing.
Drinking. Every now and then I'll throw a bag of that rice over when no one's looking
Oh my god!
Like
Into the-
overboard?
into the water,
Oh, Jesus
and
Christ.
I'm gonna put a razor sharp edge on hawk and animal for sure.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So you do notice, like, the ship is picking up some speed as you're losing some of the weight as the rice goes floating behind the ship.
Snarlers has a book within a book, but he's actually reading this.
It's like he's got a Playboy inside the book.
That is correct.
It's like preparing.
In fact, out of irony, this is the outer book.
That's great. The demon summoning book. That's great. Preparing to save the world. And just taking a break and reading some erotic poetry. All right. So yeah, I like what you guys are doing for your 2 days of travel. You get to the area that you remember to where Kolos' city is. Kolos, as soon as you get near this area, like, you have that feeling of, even though there's not a whole lot of like waypoints out here in the ocean, you kind of have that sixth sense that you know where your home under the sea is. Under the sea. So you guys slow the ship, approach on the second day. So how are we gonna do this?
Well, usually someone just casts underwater breathing on us, but I think that someone doesn't exist anymore. Snodlers doesn't have it.
Yeah, I guess that's my question is who can breathe underwater? Who's going to Trilora? What's the scoop?
Snodlers digs around in his bag, trying to look for his hat. So I think there was something he had.
Yeah, I returned the cap of water breathing back to Snodlers.
Snodlers has his cap of water breathing.
I
All
have,
stretched. It's all stretched out, I'm sure.
I feel like I'd tie it around my neck.
I have a cap. I think Yuri has a cloak. Do you have anything, Vossen?
Nope. Looks like I'm chilling here. That's okay.
I mean,
I'll keep an eye on the boat.
Is
Make
it
sure no one
necessary?
attacks it.
Is it necessary for everyone to go down there?
I think the only ones who need anything is Kolos and Snodlers.
Wait, why does Snodlers need something?
Thought you wanted
I'm gonna-
silver.
I'm gonna stay on the boat.
I don't even know where we're going. Do they have
We're
silver
already there.
stuff?
It's
I don't know. You got to ask Kolos.
I feel like I have been. I didn't know where we were going. I was asking if they had an affinity for silver objects. I got nothing, so Snodlers is just going to go places.
Hmm?
I mean, I'm sure there's a shop or something.
It doesn't matter. 3 days ago, I chose a different spell.
Yeah, I mean the one thing that you guys do remember from like Coles' people is like last time you were here, they weren't real keen about like outsiders like traveling around in the city proper, but you were more than welcome to stay up in the spire where the council was, and there was like a chamber of air because they let people, delegates of other nations, come in and trade and visit with them. But like actual travel through the city is kind of only restricted to Tritons.
So maybe Snodlers shouldn't go.
I mean, you can come. Just remember to mind your manners. That's all.
I'm rolling this out.
I feel I'll just get myself in trouble down there if I
15
don't
or
need
higher, I'm going. Nope, not going. You guys have fun. Don't have silver objects, I'm out.
Alright. Am I going down by myself then?
I'll go with you.
Alright. Let's go. I
Alright.
jump overboard.
A cannonball overboard.
Yeehaw! Yeah, you guys just jump into the water and you start swimming down. It doesn't take long before you start seeing the lights of the city. The tall spire that kind of like juts up above everything else. As you start like going lower and lower, you start seeing this, kind of the large outcroppings of coral that are like a mixture of like coral and rock. It's somewhat colorful down here, but you notice like the spot that you're at. Well, actually, Batoris, you probably don't see much of anything as you get down deeper and deeper. The sun starts to fade away. But Colas, you see the great drop off where the edge of Trilor is built along the cliff that where the sea drops off to 1,000 feet below. Let's see. Alright, I had some art. We do have the map of Trilora as you start heading down. And the Trilora art. Yeah, I cleaned up this folder because I thought, oh, this would be so much easier to find everything.
If it's all labeled. Criminal pit.
So
Got a
yeah,
place for Yuri.
you should be. I don't know if you wanted to look at it, but you should be able to see the trailer art. This is kind of like the outside of the artwork of the city. You see a couple of these tall spires, which Kolos knows is the temple of the Brotherhood and the city council spire. But yeah, you head down deeper, and right off the bat, Kolos, you see the infamous the guards of Trilor that are kind of roaming around the city, like on giant seahorse back. You see like a large sea turtle being like pulling a chariot as a couple of guards standing tall that have spears or wielding tridents, kind of circling around, patrolling the city. And as you descend deeper and deeper, the last time you were here, the city had been recently under attack, and a lot of the walls and some of the structures had been partially destroyed by a large Sahaugan raid. At this point, it's been a few months since you've been gone, and you can see like there's been a lot of progress of putting the city back together. It looks a lot like you kind of remember it, Kolos. But you make
Yep.
your way down further and further, and you approach the spire where there's a landing, and you see a balcony that leads to the central chamber of the spire. As you guys kind of descend, land on the balcony, and take a step forward through an archway that has this kind of magical feel to it. As you pass through this, and you enter a dry, a waterless area which is full of air and you can breathe. And instantly, as you walk through it, you feel dry already. As you step into the 5-starred chamber of the city council. What do you guys want to do before you end up entering?
I can't wander around the city, right?
No, so yeah, you're in the top of the tower, which the guards let you easily pass, because that's kind of the point where the guards normally let delegates and people that can breathe underwater make their way into the city council spire. But I mean, you can attempt to try to go down to the city if you'd like, Vitoris.
I mean, I'll ask permission. Like, what, we just got to talk to your dad or something, Kolos?
My dad is dead.
Oh, sorry. Where do you get your armor fixed? My bad, bro.
I have to go see the Brotherhood, but I also have to see the Council first.
Oh, okay.
I have to drop off some stuff.
Been holding out on us?
What do you mean, holding out on you?
Nothing. Let's head to the city council.
All right, so yeah, you guys start walking through this the chamber, and it's beautiful, like shell mosaics, and you see as you start walking down the hallway, there was artifacts of both the underwater world and the surface world. You're seeing all sorts of things that are like ships and nets and large statues and busts of bare, breasted women from shipwrecks and things like that. That the people of Trilor, they like to collect to make some of the surface dwellers feel a little bit more at ease as they're walking into these chambers. You get to the end, and you see this the floor. It looks like a giant starfish mosaic on the floor, and each point of the 5 stars, you see chairs where the city council members are sitting. At the highest chair is the king. King Dorvos. He sits upon his throne. He's probably the youngest looking member of this council, with this black hair slicked back, shaved on the sides. He's clean cut. He's dressed very proper. And you can see he's got his webbed ears sit much more flush to the side of his head than most other Tritons. I guess you consider him quite a handsome fellow. As you guys enter this main chamber, though, you see there's an abundance of guards in here. There's probably a good 6 or 8 full plate city guards standing around the council. So you can tell, like, security is of importance here, but they're used to people walking in here off the streets, basically. But as you enter, some of the members of the council, they recognize you guys since your last trip here, and the king especially, he remembers you, Kolos, and not to mention so does Joros Elamath. He was the military advisor, commander of the guard, basically, and he sees you enter and, with a big smile, and he welcomes you guys. Ah, Sir Landersath, Kolos, is it? Please step forward.
I step to the side of the room, take a knee, and bow my head. It is good to be back.
And the king stands up and he greets both of you. Ah, what brings you here? Is this a sad visit or is this a joyous visit? Where are the rest of the travelers?
Two of the travelers have left us. We have no clue where they went. The rest of them are sitting up on the surface in what we have to use as our new ship.
Oh, this sounds very despairing. I mean, these are troubled times. But Kolos, what can you tell us of the Sahaugen? Have you hunted any of them down along your travels?
Yes, we've killed a few Sahagin. We found out, actually, that the Sahagin are just pawns, basically. Frantically looking. They're pawns for a group named the Shroud of the Abyss. They're apparently this group of vampires. They're trying to summon Dagon back,
Yes.
and we've been hunting them down.
Well, seems like things are going well, considering rumors have it that a strike force of humans, along with some adventuring company, they have attacked the Sahaugen fortress to the north of Seaton and or Saltmarsh. It appears that it has been destroyed. Our enemies are few. These are good times. These are good days. I assume you are here to face your trials, to receive your advancement in the Brotherhood.
I would like to face my trials. That wasn't my intentions of coming, but I will face my trials if you guys feel that I am ready.
And then at that point, Joros, the big military advisor, he's older, dark gray hair. He has similar armor to you, and he's a large trident, like leaning up against his chair. And he stands up and he goes, "Aha! Excellent news, my brother. This is going to be a joyous occasion. I am glad you brought one of your compatriots with you. He can share in your revelry. Who might you be, my friend?" Talking to you, Vitaurus.
Vitaurus Magaris? What are you on trial? What's he on trial for?
This is not such a trial as you humans would say trial as a convicted or... This is a trial of true bravery. This will test the mettle of your being. It is a test for Sir Leonardseth here to advance in the Brotherhood of Procan. It is a way to receive the ranking of Master Paladin. Master Paladin will receive his armor and all the rankings, entitlements that go with it.
Alright, yeah, I'm down. What do I need to do? Do I get to watch?
Of course, you may be asked to vouch for this man. Since you have traveled with him, we must start the first trial, the trial of courage. And at that point, you see Joros. He sits down, and across the way, the oldest-looking member of the council stands up. Radis Ovensath. He's like 80, 90 years old looking. He's an old man. Just look at this long black hair. And I don't remember if you guys had written any of this down or anything last time you met him, but he was an ex-adventurer, and he had gone to Saltmarsh. It's kind of like an emissary at one point, and he wanted to speak with I can't can't remember what the name was. Cereave, the lizard folk that you guys had befriended before. But anyway, so he stands up and he says, "Welcome back, young Kolos. I must inquire about your accolades as a paladin of the order, and these are a prerequisite of the beginnings phases of your trials. So please, Kolos, what accolades do you have on your adventures? What do you have to show for what you have done, and prove your worth?"
I can prove that I have killed vampires, demons. Um,
Let us see this proof.
and a dragon. I pull out the wine bottle of vampire dust, the vial of demon goo from a demon in Roomstone Manor, and I don't see it in my inventory, but I know I have it. I have the 2 pieces of black leather from the dragon we killed at the lighthouse.
Please step forward. And he holds his hands out for you to give him the
I,
items.
I hand him the items and bow my head a little bit when I hand them over.
Yeah, so he's carefully taking a look, and as you turn around to walk away, he notices the back of your armor. He goes, what has happened to the back of your armor? It looks like you bear a battle scar."
Yes. That was a black goo in the belly of a faith fish that we cleansed.
Oh, these black oozes, I have seen these and fought these before. Very dangerous creatures with their acidic blood. Very corrosive to our armor. He starts
Absolutely.
he starts looking at the stuff, and he's like, at the vampire dust. He kind of shakes it around a little bit, and literally it just looks like a jar of dust to him. But he hands over the stuff to the woman that's sitting next to him, the enchantress, the very young, beautiful, green-haired Triton, and she starts taking a look at it, and she's studying it much more intently. So then Radis draws his attention back over to Vitoris, and he says, the company of an adventurer must have claims that are backed up by their associates. What say you for the accolades of Kolos, Mister Vitoris?"
He has killed these 3 creatures and many more besides. Sahagwan being among them, pirates, those who seek to do evil, various undead.
Well, as seeing these trophies and battle scars and the testimonies from other warriors, I feel confident that the trial of courage has been met. I thank you. And then he grabs the items and he hands them back. He walks over to the center of the room, hands them back to you, Kolos, and he gives you a little bit of a bow and turns around and walks back to the chair. So at that point, the king stands up and he goes, well, let me tell you, the position of power often comes with a position of extreme loneliness. Making decisions to leave behind what you love and become selfless for the good of your community is no easy task, my brother. Dear Paladin, sir, are you willing to give up something that you cherish above all else?
He's gonna take your penis.
I mean, I've given up my fiance. I've given up my father. I have nothing left. What else do I cherish? What do you have in mind?
There must be something in your personal possession that you cherish above all other possessions. Something that you cannot live without. We have all had loss in our lives, but there is something that must keep you going. There's something that protects you, or something that guides you through your adventure. In this trial of sacrifice, I require you to give up something on your being.
Oh,
Wow, that's hard. I pull out Sidonan's necklace.
Oh, and what is this?
This is Sidonan, my fiance's necklace that I gave to her when she was alive.
He steps down and takes a look at it, grabs it from your hand, and he says, "A much cherished item, I gather, a memory of your beloved."
yes.
Well, with this position of pride and power within our city, this does make an excellent memory of what you fight for. So, for sacrificing this, we accept this for the trial of sacrifice. And he takes your cherished necklace and returns to his seat. And at that point, you hear a couple of the members. They'll do a little slow clap. At that point, the young woman stands up. It's Sir Kolos, Hathin, Hathin Sedin Sath, the enchantress of Trelor, at your service. It is good to see you again.
It is good to see you. Kind of like almost through gritted teeth. Little bit of lockjaw going on after giving away the necklace.
Yes, I know these times, the trials is meant to be a little bit difficult for everyone. Otherwise, you would not experience the true enlightenment of this position without loss and sacrifice. And in this case, I determine the trial of honesty. And at this point, she kind of waves her hands around a little bit, and you see kind of like a glow like pass over you guys. It's like all around the room. It almost looks like this kind of like magical barrier has like kind of dropped a little bit as she. You see a little bit of hand motions from her. She starts like a slight incantation, and she says, "No, I must implore you. This is one of the parts that are very important of the trial, and many have failed the trial because of this trial. Now, I must ask you questions about the transgressions that you may have acted upon against the expected behavior of the Brotherhood. Please, let us know the things that you have done that maybe are not the most becoming of a member of the Brotherhood."
Uh,
Have I done anything that would go against the Brotherhood? I'm asking like out of character here.
Out of character, I mean, like, there's possibly some things that, like a holy follower of the religion might not have.
prostitution.
Threesomes at the Pink Pearl.
Oh, thank you. I mean, I didn't think that was going to go against it, but all right, I can admit to that. I'll be all right with that.
You didn't think the holy man visiting a brothel was gonna be bad?
Hey, that depends on your religion.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he a god of procreation?
No. Um, Hang on, I'm just going back through my notes real quick. See if there's something.
She kind of stands there, and she's kind of very judgy looking.
She can just all she wants. That's fine. Ah, yes, there is something besides whorehouses. Well, first thing I'm going to admit to is I have been known to frequent um, brothels.
Yes, the houses of ill repute. I sense that. Yes. And at this point, you can kind of sense the feeling that she's trying to like probe into your mind a little bit.
I give no resistance. She can probe all she wants. I have nothing to hide. A long time ago, back in Seaton, I'm trying to find the dude's name. Yes, Donovan O'Malley had asked for my help in retrieving his sister. The vampires have taken her, and I must say I have failed to even lift a finger to help him.
And she kind of, you see her nodding, and she closes her eyes, and she's kind of detecting your surface thoughts as they start like up. You know, your memory starts jogging of the situation that had happened a few months ago, where you guys were in the town, and he asked for the help, and you kind of just said, yeah, we have other things to focus on, but so, but she then speaks. She says, yes, I feel this, but I also feel the guilt in your heart for this. So we appreciate you speaking on this matter. And what say you of have any of the killings that you've done have they been justified?
Absolutely.
And she stops and thinks. And again, you feel her probing as she's probing deeper into your thoughts, and she says, "Yes, perhaps you were right. Perhaps they have. You have done everything out of the good of the people. With this, Kolos, we accept your humility. This shall conclude the trial of honesty." And she sits back down. At this point, how do you feel at this point after the first 3 trials?
Everything's fine except for the necklace. He's still a little iffy about having to give that up.
So then at the next point, the King Dorvos, speaks up. He sits in his chair, but he says, "No, for the interesting part that I love so much about my job, the last 2 trials shall be held at the criminal pit. And so, shall we? Is anybody else busy today?" He kind of makes a joke, and the rest of the the council members kind of chuckle a little bit. They're like, oh, the military advisor, he stands up. He goes, my favorite part of the trials as well. Shall we? Right this way. There's a procession of guards. They all start coming out as the king waves his hand, and the entire chamber all starts gathering together as they start leading you guys down a hallway, back down the spire, and outside. So I'm assuming you guys are going with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go. I guess I'll go with Kolos.
Yeah, because you were invited along. The guards, and they see you as being there for his moral support. You guys are led down through the spire, down to the base of the city as you kind of walk along the outskirts. And this is the first time, Kolis, you've seen the grandeur of the city. It's put together pretty nice. These these homes and these buildings are well made, kind of stone structures mixed with bits of coral. There's not a whole lot of color throughout the city, but you see the lights emanating from these places. Even though the Tritons can see in the dark, they maintain this appeal of habitation, as they have this bioluminescent lights that they kind of put throughout their homes, and it's actually a pretty nice looking place, even though it's kind of bland altogether. You don't see a lot of activity going around. Everybody seems to be pretty structured. There's a few people kind of like swimming around, walking about. You don't see a whole lot of shops or anything, but it seems to be a pretty upstanding society, as far as you can tell. And you guys kind of make your way through the city. You're led out through a large gate where some guards are standing by, and you start making your way out through the jungles of the undersea here, and you make your way out towards this large pit. Now, the pit is more or less just a giant darkened hole in the ground. And you're kind of led out there, and the hole extends down into the seafloor. You guys kind of gather around at the mouth of it, and you kind of peer down along the rocky walls, and there's a great number of shackles attached throughout. And you are approached by Dibus. He's the populace advisor. He is very old. Out of the older group, he is also probably one of the older looking ones. He's over 100 years old. He's got white hair. He looks very prestigious, though. He's got these dark purple robes. He seems friendly and polite. But as he kind of walks over, he's kind of small of frame. And as he glides over to you, Kolos, and he kind of points down through the pit. And he speaks to you, and he says, Master Kolos, how far does your personal feelings affect the decisions you make for the greater good of the Brotherhood? Justice must be blind in order to maintain our way of life. As he is motioning down to a rocky platform about 20 feet down on the far side of the pit, and you see there shackled to the wall are two Sahaugan males. And at this point, Joros, the military advisor, you hear him speak up from behind you, Kolos and Vitoris, and he says, these two devils were found snooping around outside the city walls. And then, on the opposite side of the pit from the Sahaugans, you see another platform as Dibus points to the other side, and he directs your attention, and you see another platform hanging from her wrists is a young woman, and her wrists are like shackled above her head, and you can see the marks on her wrists, and they're like the shackles are digging into her flesh. And he says, the woman here was found in her house by her mother-in-law. Blood covered her hands as she stood above the body of her late husband. He was a well-known merchant in the city. What justice shall be served? Please.
Am I decide both of their fates?
Yes, please decide the fates of both of these parties.
Was this her first criminal transaction?
Yes, it appears. She was the wife of an upstanding citizen, but some rumors have it that the woman, or the upstanding citizen, the husband, the merchant, he was found to be having an affair with his neighbor.
Well, affair is not a criminal thing. So I'm assuming she killed who he was having an affair with. Or did... I'm sorry, I forgot what you said she was standing over.
She was
She was
standing
standing
over the body of her husband.
Her husband. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, our laws dictate that she stays in that pit for a week. If she survives, she's welcome back in.
Uh-huh. You hear her at this point. She's like calling out. She kind of like comes to life a little bit. She's been kind of unconscious. It looks like she had probably been here a few days, and she just starts like screaming, like, "You must let me go. I'm with child."
That has no effect on my decision.
And she said, "This is so cruel. You must let me go. What if a shark comes and devours me and my innocent unborn child? How could you do this?" And then at
If
that
a
point,
shark comes, stay.
no, Dibus looks at you and he kind of like raises an eyebrow to you and he says, "Yes, what saith you, Kolos?"
Well, if a shark comes to eat her, then the will of Procan is known, baby or not.
Ah,
If the
yes.
shark does not, the will of Procan is also known.
This is the will of Procan. This is how justice shall be served throughout our people. Now, what say you of these two devils down here?
The Saugan? I still think they should be murdered.
Ah, and why is that? What crime have they committed?
Well, you said they were skulking about the city. They're probably spies for another group of Saugan.
You hear one of them just like, they like lash out. They're like, that is bullshit. Go ahead and make a medicine check, because you notice these two look a little bit worse for wear here. All right, with the 7, you notice the one thing about these two. They look like they were badly beaten, and they look thin, like malnourished.
Okay.
Yeah, so one of them like yells out to you like, "It's a lie! Innocent we are!"
Would you like me to decide if they were innocent or not,
And Divis looks
or
at
would you allow Procan to decide that?
he looks at you and says, "Oh, these two were found skulking about, but this is they were placed in the pit as precautionary. Um, we would like you to tell us, should they have been brought here to the pit in the first place, or should they have been stripped naked and let them release them back from whence they came, as is our way? The criminal pit is for those who have actually convicted a crime."
That is true. As much as I'd like to see him dead, personally, I'd like to see them dead. I guess they really haven't committed an actual crime, so strip them, send them back.
And the two of them are like looking up at you, like shocked that you would do that. And Dibus looks at you and he starts chuckling a little bit. He goes, "Haha. Yes, these two were in fact found skulking around the city, outside the city walls, unarmed. They claimed they were looking for their father, who had been missing. He had never returned home from their horrific raid months ago. They claimed they were looking to bring his body home to pay respects to him. So, yes, Kolos, as much as we would all like to see these devils killed, it is not the way of our people, as they have not actually themselves convicted a crime against our society. So yes, stripping them naked and letting them be at the mercy of Procan is the best outcome. Thus, the trial of mercy has been fulfilled. And at that point, the king kind of walks up to you and kind of pats you on the back. And he says, "What a glorious day. Another member of the Brotherhood, ranking to the rank of Master Paladin." And he says, "Please, Master Kolos, return to the Brotherhood Temple to make your penance and receive your reward. A small tithing will be needed to retrieve your armor. And now, the title of Master shall be granted to you, and forever will you be a protector of our city." And the rest of the Brotherhood or the council, they all start clapping, and the guards even begin to clap. It's kind of like a little joyous moment as they all kind of come up and they all pat your back and shake your hand. As they
Clap as best as I can underwater.
they all like thrilled that you did swimmingly in the trials.
I start to grin almost like reluctantly, but I start to feel a little proud of myself that I'm actually where my father wanted me to be.
Awesome. And they so that's the point. They start bringing you back towards the walled city, where the Brotherhood of Procan, the massive temple, stands before you along the way. As they bring you up to the doors of it, and the council members all again they congratulate you and they head off and they tell you, before you leave the city, if there's anything that you require, unless you're staying here, or if your travelers need supplies, please do not hesitate to ask the steward of the council. They will gladly supply you with whatever we have at our disposal. Again, thank you, Master Kolos. No longer just a knight of the order, you are now of the Brotherhood, a master, and we all appreciate your service to our great city. And the king heads off.
Thank you. Before the king heads off, I'll tell him after I get my armor, I will be up with my offerings, Your Majesty.
Very good. And him and the procession end up leaving, as you are left standing at the doors of the temple of the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood. I guess you'd say like headquarters, where the paladins and the knights stay.
Yeah.
But at that part, we're probably. I'm not gonna make your role play getting armor and stuff, but they are gonna want their tithing. It's gonna cost you a little bit of gold if you have the armor or the gold. It's 2,500 gold for the heavy plate mail, which is mariner's plate. Counts as heavy armor still, but it only weighs 50 pounds, and it will not rust. And it gives you a swim speed. And
I think it's just his player race gives him a swim speed in general,
right, I
doesn't
know
it?
that, but I'm just saying.
Just for flavor.
Yeah.
My armor also does.
The armor is
did
plate,
do
but it's not
2,500.
just. Yeah, it's 2,500. It's like metal, and it's infused with like shellfish, like plates and things like that on it. So, and again, it has that like bioluminescent feature that your shield has, where you can like activate it, and it can actually give off a glow of this this pale blue light.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you still have the
It's
2,500 gold.
Yeah. I just deducted it. I had 4,000.
Oh, somebody was hoarding.
Yes. It's just regular plate, mechanically.
Yeah, mechanically, it's just regular.
Oh.
Plate. Yep.
Oh, there's Mariner's plate right there. Let me just add that.
Yeah. Even though you already had swim speed, you have double swim
Yeah.
speed.
Yeah, it's fine.
Stacks, right?
Double swim speed, yeah. So you can extra kill things.
That'd be cool.
But yeah, so we're not gonna go into details of that. But if you want to get that, we'll say like a little bit of time has passed as you kind of get sized up and get your armor and whatnot. And the Brotherhood all congratulates you, and they show you that the masters of the Brotherhood, they all have their own rooms now. You have a private room in the Brotherhood guild, and there's also rankings above that. So you know of like after Master Paladin, there's a commander and then a warden. So the commander is like would lead war parties, and they're like a higher ranking military official, and they're able to like initiate quests and bring quests before the council. And then the next step above that would be the warden, which is like a baron or like landowner that you would actually like, oversee large section of the city that you were in charge of the security of. But you now, you are like you have a master title, so you if you return to the city, yeah, obviously you'll still like protect the city and go on quests. You would have people underlings below you, and you have the choice of like accepting certain quests. You can't just be told what to do by anybody except for the king or the commander of the Brotherhood.
Gotcha.
Nice room. You should keep Yuri out of here.
Yeah. He's not welcome in here. That's for sure.
I'll be sure to let him know.
Alright, so am I done with the
Yeah.
Brotherhood? I can
Yeah.
go up to the king.
Yep. So we'll just
Alright.
fast travel that. You guys spend a little bit of time hanging out down there. Vitoris is getting shown around the place. One of the brothers come around. They take a particular liking to Vitoris, who they don't normally see. People like humans or like surface dwellers aren't normally allowed down here. So he's kind of bringing you around the Brotherhood and showing you the sights and like making you try some of their cuisine down there and stuff. And you're
I'm assuming a lot of fish.
yeah, and they're making you feel right at home.
I'll take it. This place is great.
And even down here, like a lot of things are lit up. Like they have, you can see this kind of bioluminescent algae kind of like all over things, and it just kind of gives like a soft glow to everything.
Nice. When he goes to the council chambers, do I have to go with him?
Yeah, because again, the guards and things like that order down here, they wouldn't really still, they're a friendly race, but they still don't trust outsiders. They don't want you wandering around by yourself.
While they're showing me around and stuff, we can get supplies, right?
Yeah, so he said go up to the city council and ask for whatever you want.
It won't be for me.
But yeah, so you guys, after about an hour or so, you guys head back up to the city council where they're all waiting. And as you approach, there's already somebody else in the council. There's a farmer who's standing in the center, and he appears to be asking for assistance from the king. Somebody had messed with some of his starcoal crops, and he is just concerned that there might be trouble brewing up in the city. That maybe a gang of young hoodlums are at attention for possibly stealing some of this stuff. What you know of this ingredient, starcoal, it's kind of like this flammable ingredient that some of the aquatic races use. That like they cultivate it and use it as like an underwater explosive. But anyway, yeah. So as he finishes up with the king or whatever, and they make their judgment and they tell him that the order will look into it, the Brotherhood will look into it, and he bows and passes you along the way out. And as he walks by you, he gives you a nod, and again, so now the chamber is yours.
Alright. Retcon real quick. I'm going to leave my old armor in my room at the Brotherhood.
Okay, yeah.
That way I can delete it out of this inventory. Alright, so I walk back up to the center of the room and face the king and, take my knee, bow my head. And I pull out the giant scale that I've been carrying around. The ivory statuette from Boston's
Monastery.
thank you, monastery. And the ornate short sword with the ivory tusk pommel that I also got from there.
Nice.
And I present them all to the king.
He looks joyed as he says, these will complete all the requirements of the trial. We thank you." And he takes these things, and you can kind of assume that a lot of these things are going to be mounted kind of as trophies along the museum walls of the council, where there's other items from the surface world. And, so they collect these things and are joyous. And again, they, are recognizing your greatness, and they thank you for your service, protectors of the realm.
Thank you for this honor.
Is there anything you require before you leave? We will be happy to help the travelers in their time of need.
This Snodler's back yet? Guess not. I wanted to see if they could get his small silver cage, but I didn't want to get it and then find out he took a different spell.
Well, he'll probably need it later on.
No, true. Then yes, I will ask for a small silver cage.
All right, so go ahead and roll a d20 for me.
Oh shit. Oh, just a straight D20. I'm
Just
sitting
roll
there
straight
looking on
D20.
my character.
Yeah, just roll straight d20.
3?
Yeah, so he looks over at you and he's like, this silver cage. Unfortunately, we have that, and then he kind of one of the the populace or the adventurer, Radis, the ex-adventurer, Triton. He goes, "Oh, a cage, right this way," and he walks down one of the hallways. You see him kind of just duck around the corner, and he comes right back, and he's like, "Have this." And it does look like a small cage. It's not silver, however, and it's the size of like maybe it was like that would hold small creatures, small fey creatures, or something like that. Sorry, it doesn't appear to be silver, but you are more than welcome to have this.
Thank you. And I will give him a little bow as I take it from him. Wonder if maybe get it plated or something.
Is there anything else that you require?
Is the ship good on rations?
Depends on if you notice Yuri throwing your food overboard. Because I don't think he realized that was all of our food he chucked overboard.
So he kind of overhears you. Because if you guys need food, we have some extra fish or something like that you could take with you. I don't know how well it will last in the surface air, but
We only have to make it to. Oh no, we're not going to Saltmarsh, are we?
No, we're going to Oceanus' home village.
Yeah, so it only has to last us a day.
We'll take some fish.
Please.
Sure. So one of the guards goes and they grab a crate of fish for you guys.
And that's all I need.
Yep, nope. The only thing I could think anyone really needed was he wanted that silver cage. I tried my best. He can blame my shitty roll.
Mm-hmm. All right. So at that point, you guys gonna end up leaving and head back to the surface?
Yeah. I mean, that I only need to go to the crypt real quick.
Okay.
I have a silver circlet that I'm going to put on Sedonan's crypt on their sarcophagus.
All right. So I'm assuming you go off and do that, and Vitoris, you probably head to the surface.
Yeah, because they're not going to let me wander around.
No.
Definitely not going to let you go down to the crypt with me.
So, yeah, I'll just start making my way up. I'm assuming he's going to be like a few minutes behind me.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean he's probably a good half hour.
So, yeah, I'll head up to the boat.
All right. So while Colas is doing that and saying goodbye once again to his lost wife, back on the boat. What were you guys doing up on the boat? You were cooking rice, Yuri, and
Yeah, cooking, getting hammered with Yuri. We're just bullshitting.
I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk Boston into leaving Vitoris. Like,
I just,
Kolos will catch up.
hey Yuri, I got a question for you.
Ask me anything you want, Boston.
Did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he put on a dress and played a girl bunny?
Yeah, actually.
So did I.
Okay. Out of game. What was that from? What movie was that from?
I
Wayne's
have no
World.
idea.
Oh yeah, it's in Wayne's World.
Mike's like, huh?
Me neither.
Yeah, me neither. We continue drinking and making food.
All right. So
Snodler is emptying out all of his backpacks and trying to organize it all and see if he can't find containers for the guano. He can.
You've got one giant container.
And a whole bunch of now guano-covered containers.
Gross. All right, so a little while later, so it's been a good hour and a half at this point, and Vitoris pops back up, takes off his cap of water breathing, and steps up onto the ship just to find Yuri and Vasen just half cocked, sitting around trying to make some sort of rice, which they're like very poorly trying to cook. As Snowler, as you look over, is in the corner, and he's got like bat guano all over his hands, and he's like rifling through his bag of holding.
I feel like I dumped it up upside down, so there's just a pile of bat guano and items sticking out of it.
Oh, that's so gross.
Wait, guys. I smell pussy. And I turn around. Oh, Vitoris is back.
Coming from the dwarf who always runs.
You smell like
Snodler's was
fucking...
very concerned it was the guano that triggered that.
You smell like fish, Vitoris.
It's because I have fish. How many fishes did they give me?
I don't know. You got a crate of fish that'll probably
Oh, there we go.
last you guys for a day, and with plenty of extra fish to dump back over.
We got
Them
fish.
fish will go good with rice. As I look back and its bags are just floating in the water.
That's gonna be hilarious when you starve to death, Yuri.
I'm not going to starve to death. I've been collecting rations for the better part of the last year. Plus, I got all this rice here.
The rice you threw in the water?
No, the rice I cooked.
What, you made one pot of rice and threw the rest of it overboard?
I didn't throw it all overboard.
Well, we got fish, so
I'm not
probably
gonna.
should be eaten today.
I'm not gonna kill us all. I'm not gonna starve us all. I'm not stupid.
Mm.
To
And
be
then
fair, that's something that Yuri would do. Starve us and keep all the food for
I'm gonna
himself.
try and walk towards Snoddler's upwind while he's sorting through his pile of stuff. I tried to get him a small silver cage, but they only had this small iron one.
Like, what would happen if I prestidigitation the guano?
I think it just disappears.
Probably, yeah. 'Cause I think it can clean dirt.
Does
and
it just
messes.
become a clean guano pile?
Is that even a thing?
I don't think.
I mean, maybe there's a better fertilizer. I don't know.
It's clean poop.
This, they say you can't polish a turd.
Mythbusters proved that you could.
Yeah, if it's hard enough, I'm pretty sure you could polish anything.
Yeah.
I will set Snoddler's small iron cage on top of his guano pile.
Cool, an iron cage. This is useless, but it's not always appreciates your effort.
It
This
tries
is exactly what I didn't want you to bring back.
a small iron cage.
Anyway, what took you guys so long?
Well, apparently Kolos was up for promotion, so there was some ceremony involved in that.
Oh?
Yeah, he's Master Kolos now.
All right, so you guys get comfortable. Wait for Kolos to show up. Another half hour or so. Kolos submerges and enters the ship. You see his new shiny new armor.
Nice
Oh.
full plate.
Master Kolos?
Master Bader Kolos.
Snellers does not call anyone master.
That's okay. I don't expect anything less. And I see Vossen and Yuri's gotten into the booze.
Boston I don't think he can ever run out of booze as long as he has his staff. Doesn't that automatically refill?
We're always stocked.
I'm thinking Vossen holds on to alcohol like food.
Yeah, I have water skins, bottles.
Yeah.
Plenty of
Like
rations.
I, for some reason, have a cheap flask of booze.
I mean, Snellers will take it to put his guano in.
Snobbers wants my flask of booze. Whatever. I guess I'll toss it to Vossen so he can drink the booze out of it, because I'm sure he'd have a heart attack if I just dumped it overboard. Oh, you're looking for. I don't know if I have any containers.
I mean, Snarler's heard that you had a container.
But you are not putting your bat guano in my bag of holding.
Why don't we just put his bag of holding in your bag of holding?
Or we could not do that.
Snarler's would like to try that. Snarler's is interested.
No.
Science.
I heard it'll be a good thing.
Heard from who?
The Oracle.
Oh, when did you talk to him? Without everyone in the room, because I don't recall him ever saying anything about that.
Oh, he said it all right.
Master
over.
Kolos, nice.
Yep.
I'll hand over my little flask of booze that I've had in my bag of holding forever to Snodlers.
Okay, now it's a bat guano flask.
I don't want to watch him put the bat guano in the bag of flask.
Literally, I just take my hand and like shove it in, and it's probably like 1/10 of the size, and I just leave it in the center.
Good luck getting it out of the flask.
Mic test.
I hear you.
I just switched my computer again.
Did you find the dog?
Nope.
He's gone forever?
It's not mine. No idea.
All right, so anything else you guys are gonna do? So, I mean, you got some supplies, I guess, on the ship. Some fish, some rice. You guys are, it's probably like middle of the day. If you guys are gonna take off and head for Seacrest or not.
Yep.
We're fucking day drinking.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'll steer the ship towards Seacrest.
Ryan?
I'll steer the ship.
Ryan Seacrest?
So, do you know how to get there, Taurus?
Is it on the map?
Yeah, but I never told you where it was.
I know we got a map. I don't know if it was marked on the map.
I think only Kolos knows where Seacrest is.
This is truth.
We just have to head south about 40 miles.
I point the ship south.
I don't know specifically, landmark of the coast. I don't even know if we could see the coast from where Seacrest would be.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably about like another 40, 50 miles from the coast, so you probably
Also,
wouldn't actually
no.
see it. So, but again, you know, being from this area, you have a sense of location for at least the few neighboring communities around Trilora that you know of. But yeah, so it's gonna take a half a day. You guys get to Seacrest at nighttime. It's the middle of the night. And I'm assuming you guys are going to kind of rest on the ship, or are you going to head down there at night, or are you going to go down in the day? I mean, you probably, I'm assuming Yuri and Boston are still pretty drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Snellers isn't sure what type of day-night cycle people that live underwater would do.
I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, we're sobering up a little. We're sober as a bird.
Boston's a little sober. Yuri's kind of shit-faced, though.
Rookie.
I'm still pounding them down like a champ, though.
I don't think my Aurora protection counts for that save.
Negative. But yeah, so it's the middle of the night. Like Snowler says, you guys. I mean, he doesn't know what the if anybody's awake or not down there, and it's not like Trailor where you look down through the darkness into the sea. You don't see any like pale light or anything coming up from under there. But yet, Colas, you still know it's down there.
Yeah, we shouldn't go down there in the middle of the night. They'll think we're attacking them.
Then we can rest for the night then.
Yep. I'll take first watch.
All right, yeah. So you guys spend the night on the tiny ship, kind of just a little adrift here as you're hanging above Seacrest. It's an uneventful night, though. It's a nice night. The weather is still just kind of like late summertime on the Sword Coast. You guys eat a bunch of this the fish that were brought on board, and
You gonna give gefilte fish in here?
you got some fish and whatever's left over the race that hasn't been thrown overboard.
You guys wake up me pissing off the side of the ship.
At least he didn't do it in his bed again.
So when Snarlers went through and took inventory, Snarlers realized that he had a potion of water breathing. So who wants this for when we go to Seacrest, Ryan?
Does it have poop on it? Because I don't want it if it's got poop on it.
Snarlers open up his bag of holding and double checks.
Which is funny
Maybe a
coming
little.
from Vasen, as I remember Vasen used to live in the gutter.
I'm getting classy now.
And did you buy that at Feet Fest?
No. We found this at the Vampirates.
Oh, okay.
So it's perfectly legit.
Oh yeah, I mean, why would vampires have fake potions of water breathing? They need to breathe water too, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, Snarlers doesn't either. But I mean, hey, I figure.
Oh, the Taurus. I
Mm.
didn't end up using these. I'll give you back your 2 landmines.
Oh yeah. I'm still sad you guys didn't use them.
Honestly, I forgot about them. You handed them to me, and then, whoop, right out of my head.
I forgot about them too.
Yep. And everyone took their gold and silver as well, right?
I'm rich.
Yep.
Yeah.
What was it? 40 silver, 35 gold,
34 gold, yep.
34 gold.
Just want to make sure everyone got that before I start crossing crap off.
All right, but you guys kind of wake up and have your little breakfast and get ready for the day, do your stretches. There's a little information about Seacrest and the Sea Elves that Kolos would know. Would you care to? Do you want to share that? I mean, I have the information, but would Kolos share that information with the party before heading down there?
Yeah, because it's completely different than Trilora.
Okay. Yeah, so Kolos tells you guys about what he knows about the aquatic elves. In their native tongue, they're called the Elu Tel Kaser, and there are basically a collection of small villages that are throughout this region that make the Sea Elf Society. And they're not quite like the Trilorans, like the Tritons. They, instead of like a large safe city, they're kind of more of like hippie commune villages. They're very low key, at least these Sea Elves. Their society is not as upper class. They kind of live off of the coral. They're kind of like sitting at the edge of a large coral reef. It kind of the reef is known for this massive ravine that kind of runs through a lot of the area that kind of follows the coast. The ravine is home to many villages, not only the Sea Elves but some of the other aquatic races. Yeah, and their homes are actually like carved into the reef themselves, and the Sea Elf society is kind of split up among several clans. So each clan is controlled by a chieftain, and the clans all call upon a council collectively to agree on decisions for their um, communities. And the one person that you guys know, Oceanus, he is the son. I don't know if you guys remember, but he is the son of the Bali Asha clan, and the son of the chieftain, I should say. So yeah, that's a little bit of information that you guys know going into this. Is assuming you guys are going to be ready to head out, or what?
Yeah.
I'm standing on the edge of the ship waiting for these guys.
Let's do this.
I was standing on the edge of the ship too. I wasn't waiting though, but
I stand on
But,
the opposite edge of the ship from where Yuri was pissing off with it.
So what are you gonna do, Fawcett? Are you gonna drink the poop-covered potion of water breathing?
Nope.
it was poop covered.
I mean, Snodler's potion of water breathing was, yeah.
Snarls, can you clean that off for me?
I guess. Snodler's got prestidigitation on it. Does it just clean the... So now I'm casting it on the bottle, so it doesn't make it clean guano. It makes the bottle clean, right?
Yeah, the bottle's clean, and your precious guano just kind of disappears.
You see Snadler's slightly sad.
I'm sure you could put some poop on the bottle after. Just say, I'll give you the bottle back, and you can put more poop in the bottle.
So you took all your stuff out, organized it, and then just filled your bag full of bat guano again?
I mean, Snodler's taking inventory. When was the last time you checked your shit? I realized that I had some books I had to read. Did you know I have a history book?
No, Snodlers, I don't go through your stuff.
Well, I don't either, so Snodlers need to figure it out.
So now everything you own is covered in shit?
No, just some of it.
Snodlers in his bag guano.
The way I'm playing it is anything I add to the bag after I put guano in there, I'm making poop covered.
Of course.
Very nice.
How long does that potion last?
It says at least 1 hour, at least once in there.
Alright, so we gotta kind of do this quick. Or Vossen, you gotta come back up.
Or I die. Yay!
Snodlers will trade his hat with you as we just cycle hats. Although I don't know how to say the command word once it's down there. Never mind.
I think it's attuned.
It is not.
Is it not? No, it isn't.
But you have to say the command word, so I don't know how you're going to say the command word underwater. Because I think that was the DM call.
Yeah, that was the thing. You have to have at least the potion, or what do you call it? The cap of water breathing bubble.
Well, maybe I should just stay up here then. It might take more than an hour. It's not safe. I don't want to die and drown.
Oceanus might have a way for you to stay down there.
How long is it going to take to find Oceanus?
Yeah, probably about an hour.
Yeah, so great. So when we just find him, I can just die right when I find him. That sounds great.
Snodlers will revive you.
Over and over again?
No, just once. I can only do it once.
Oh.
I'll keep giving you, I'll keep touching you for 1 HP while I swim you to the surface.
Oh my God.
All right,
I guess
settled.
I'll just stay here. I hand
Wait.
Stowders back his fresh, clean bottle.
Did you just make Snodlers clean this bottle for mother? And then you see him shove it in his bag of holding again. You hear a whack as it goes
That's
in.
a waste of good guano.
I'll be here tidying the ship and getting it ready to sail. And drinking, of course. That booze is gonna be gone before you get back.
Save me a little bit, boss, and I hold my fist out for a fist bump.
I'll see what I can do.
Snodlers takes out the water breathing potion and leave it on the deck. And I will use my ability to instantly cast a spell that has a ritual, and I will cast Ritual Bond on all of us.
We all can speak telepathically.
To each other for, I think, 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour. Yep.
Okay.
I'll clean the bottle after Snodler sets it on the deck.
Don't you fucking dare.
Already done.
Now there's about to lose his shit over losing his shit.
That's pretty good. So the man that dropped and gave me an iron cage also cleaned shit off my bottle. And that's fine. Appreciate the sentiment.
I tried.
He didn't specify that he licked the shit off the bottle. He licked it clean.
No, he's prestidigitation.
Yeah, because everyone's a spellcaster.
Otherwise, if I used like a rag or something, I would have just gave you the rag. For, the scraps of bat guano.
That would have been better. Are we going?
Yep, I'll cast light on my hand crossbow.
I say the action word for the bubble helmet and jump in.
All right.
All pissed off.
Try to do a dive off the side, but kind of botch it a little bit right into
Yeah.
the water.
It's more of like a belly flop. All right, so you guys all jump in and start swimming down, about a couple 100 feet below.
Do I have that mind telepath thing on me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I left the bottle, just in case we start getting into shit.
Is there a range?
Yeah, this plane.
Yeah, as long as
Oh.
it's in the same plane of existence.
Otherwise, I think there's a chance it fails. Like, it's ridiculous.
After they get 15 minutes away, I start screaming, "Ah, the boat's under attack!"
God.
Immediately start swimming back up.
Ah, I'm just fucking with you.
Bassett is cracked.
Patoris,
Yes.
remember, you cleaned the poop bottle off.
What about it?
You cleaned it for the man who's fucking with you right now.
Noted. Some bitch. Keep going down.
All right, you make your way a couple 100 feet down, and you start seeing the edge of this this coral field. It's definitely a little more brightly colored than what Trilora looked like, as your light kind of illuminates the area. As you descend into it, you start seeing a collection of small kind of corally shapen houses amidst the coral field, and this small village appears, and it's kind of sitting on the edge of like a ravine of coral that leads to the west, kind of deeper into the sea. But the view of the village comes into play. You see like a larger structure in the center of the village, and multiple smaller places around the outside. This isn't a very large village. This is like a fraction of the size of what Trilora looks like. But again, it's kind of surrounded by coral and rocky outcroppings, and it's not as well lit or anything like that. It looks much more basic and more primitive than the city, but you kind of float your way down towards where. Let me ask you guys where you want to land.
Snarler's forgetting about all the culture portions of this, just goes right for the biggest building.
Okay.
I swim after Snodlers.
Yeah, we should stay together as a group.
All right. Yeah. So you guys.
Yeah, I have no idea where I'm going, so I'm tagging along.
I can imagine like as you're like going down, your beard is flying up into your face, like obscuring your vision.
Definitely.
You make your way down as you guys float down, a couple hundred feet, and land near this large building that sits on top of a kind of a small rise. You see ornate stone steps kind of built into the side of the ground. This seems to be like some sort of larger, I guess you'd think of like a temple sort of thing. And you see there's a bunch of people kind of around the village. You see that's a little bit different than Trilora. There's more people that are out and about, and they all seem to be busy doing things. You see fishermen and like crafters and vendors of all sorts, and people that are all like hard at work, unlike the lazy Trilorans. No, just kidding. But you make your way down and land in the center of the village, and behold a large temple with multiple doors. There's probably about a dozen doors that all lead in this kind of somewhat open air temple. You can see inside there's like benches, and it seems to be some sort of like large gathering room, and you can see people all walking all around. You see some of these sea elves all about. Go ahead and make you guys can all make some perception checks.
Nice. Is it defaulting to GM? I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, so Snyder's rolls a 6. Cole's 14. Taurus a 6. Yuri, I was going to give you advantage, but it doesn't really matter. You rolled a 7 and a 1. So Kolos, you end up looking around, and you spot Oceanus as you're floating down, and he appears to be like waiting on like an elderly man. It looks like he's like rubbing his webbed feet, like helping him out. He's rubbing his feet, and he helps him up. You can see the old man is like trying to like fix his back, and you guys land outside the temple, and you see him taking care of an old man. Kolos, you see him, I should say.
Does he see us?
No, he's like some of the other people are taking notice to you, but Kolos is, or not Kolos, Oceanus is kind of facing the side of you, and he seems to be focused on this old man.
All right. I'm going to telepath to everybody I found Oceanus. And I kind of like look in his general direction. See if everyone else can see him now.
Snarlers yells out, Oceanus!
Yeah, and as you guys all kind of look around, and you spot him now as Kolos points him out, and he turns his head as he hears Snodler's call for him, and he kind of like drops the old man and like just rushes over to you guys. He's like, "Oh, the travelers! I haven't seen you guys in forever."
Snarlers runs in like it's a long lost friend to give him a giant hug.
And he like rejoices and like picks you up and squeezes you, and you guys have like this really awkward hug in the middle of this giant open temple.
After he puts me down, Snuddlers looks slightly sad and be like, I thought you were going to spin me.
But Oceana says,
I come
"Oh, go ahead."
rushing up in there.
And Oceana sees Yuri, and right away he's like, "Yuri, how is the swimming going?"
Instead of hugging him, I run up and just belly bump him.
Oh, I like the new cloak you have.
I'm a king now, Oceanus, just so you know.
Well, wow, that's amazing. I'm just a prince.
Horse rolls is so hard.
I can't believe you're a king. So much has happened. How long has it been?
At least 4 days.
Oh,
A couple weeks.
I forgot Snubblers has no idea of time.
yeah, it's been a matter of like a couple months.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
And he's like, "Oh, 4 days." And he stops puzzled. He's like, "Oh, yeah, maybe."
Wait, do they have day and night cycles down here too?
He looks and he's like, "We don't get a lot of light down here." And you look around and you also see, you guys that have dark vision, you notice that the eyes of the Sea Elves kind of glow yellow in the darkness down here.
It's pretty sweet.
Some of us don't need light down here, Oceanus. Only pussies need light.
Snuddlers agrees completely, wholeheartedly.
Well, I'm glad to see you. I'm just taking care of some of the elderly. That's kind of my job around here. But you know, what brings you down here? You're still interested in the whole digging out the ground near the fort or something?
Oh no. We need to meet with the Shark Queen.
Oh, yeah. My father knows the Shark Queen. I could introduce you.
Snuddlers would love that. In fact, Snuddlers has a gift for you.
A gift for me?
Snuddlers pulls out a non-poop covered potion of watchful rest and gives it to him.
Oh, well, I wish I could give you something, but
No. Just being able to see the Sea Queen and talk to her would be amazing. And this is going to let you pull an all-night rager, no problem.
well, that'll come in handy when I take care of the elderly at night, and then I have to take care of all the newborns in the morning.
Yeah, that's how Snuddlers would use it too.
Yeah, except I don't know if Santos realizes it, but it's useless for him.
Whoa.
He's a sea elf. He doesn't need a rest.
Wait, I thought that was still 4 hours a day.
I'm sensing a little bit of lack of respect here.
This sweet amber-covered brew has no effect on creatures that don't require sleep, such as elves.
Motherfucker.
But he doesn't know what it is, so he just takes it and he's like, I wish I could give you something, but you will be our guest, and I'll show you around the village. Now, first, let me introduce you to my father.
You wouldn't happen to know of a way for a land dweller to breathe underwater?
Well, it's kind of the thing we do here. We hunt and harvest some of the blush worms around here, and this kind of what we do is we craft these things that you're wearing on your face right now. And he points at the cap of water breathing.
You make caps of water breathing?
We do. This is what we trade to the surface dwellers. Why? Would you like one? I could surely get you one.
Absolutely.
Do you want it now, or do you want to go meet my father? It's been a long time. Do you guys want to see my house?
Heck yeah, Snuddlers does. It's not like we got like a world to save or nothing. Let's go see your house.
Oh, I didn't realize you're still doing that. that whole.
No, we are, but I'm seriously, Snodlers really wants to see your house.
I mean,
Snodlers is super
he's
excited.
seen our house.
Yeah, I mean, it's only fair.
Yeah, I mean, my house isn't very much. I mean, we're very modest people down here. And sadly, since my sister passed, we have extra rooms. But hey, you're always welcome to stay at my house.
In the extra room?
Yeah, yeah.
Snodlers is nodding like, yeah.
Snodler's about to have another sleepover.
You got any magic down here?
We don't do a whole lot of magic, but we'd like to craft stuff. We're always busy making stuff with our hands, and that's kind of what we do in this village. We sell them to the surface folk.
And you're making like old people and young people, right?
Oh, we take care of our people around here, not like the surface folk that just kind of push them aside or murder them or whatever. I don't know. It's a dangerous world.
Murder them. No one would do that. That's weird.
Down here, we take care of our kind.
Well, that's very nice. We do something similar at Underdark, but when they just get too old, then we just make the hurt stop.
Deep Domes practice euthanasia.
I don't know what peeing has to do with this.
Let's go see your house, Oceanus.
All right. Look, I'll introduce you to my father. He is the chief.
Are we getting the hat too?
I think you're really going to like him.
Is a hat at your house by chance?
A hat?
Yeah, one of the breathing hats. And over the link to Vittoria, to Boston, I'm like, come on down here, get that potion. We're gonna get you a hat.
I just start singing.
In our heads?
Yeah. Out loud.
Can I block him out?
Drunken singing.
Snodlers is pretty sure there's not a mute function, just letting you know.
Fuck.
I just want to swim in the water, but I can't breathe.
Oh my god.
Oh, what? What was that?
Drink the potion and get down here. We're gonna get you a hat.
Can Valson see in the dark?
Nope.
Snodlers hope it's the top hat of water breathing. That way it would fit his ensemble better.
Is it dark?
It's pretty dark down here. But
Oh,
honestly,
I know.
don't know. Actually, no. Snodlers thinks
okay.
it's very light down here. Because all the eyes are bright.
Where? How far is it from there?
Way less than an hour. You got more than enough time.
What direction?
Down.
Straight or to the left?
Straight.
All right, I take my flaming dagger out and chug the bottle and do backflip in the water.
Nice. All right, so you took the bottle. You do a very graceful backflip, and you like torpedo yourself. Put your hands to your side, holding onto the dagger, and it still gives off a magical glow. But the flames don't look like they're as fiery, but it still gives off an orange glow as you descend into the darkness. As you kind of look down, it only takes you a few minutes. But you land near the center of town, whereas the party is already off to Oceanus' house.
Do I see anyone around?
Oh, you see a whole bunch of elves that look very interested in why there's just a monk who just floated down into their home.
I can't talk, so I'm pointing at myself and make some finger gestures of like walking feet. And I like count on my finger some numbers of people.
They're
like
all
point. I put my eyes, point at my fingers.
They're all looking at you, and like this. You see this old man who like gets up and he's like walking towards you a little bit, and he points and he goes, "I think your friends have gone over to see the king. His house is over to that hill right here. Be careful, outsider."
Give him a thumbs up. Swim over there.
Yeah, you guys kind of are all entering. The rest of the party is entering the king's house. What's his name? Oceanus's house, and it's like probably the largest house around here. And it's like, again, it's made out of like bits of coral and stone, and it looks like the craftsmanship is excellent. Like, you can't like deny the quality work that the Sea Elves put in that everything. Like the attention to detail is like exquisite. But you guys enter this kind of ornate house. It's a simple place, but yet it's very finely crafted with like ancient like looking drawings and all sorts of like artwork and beadwork everywhere. Uh, this place is very artistic as you enter the dwelling, and it's very, very clean, I guess, for underwater. There's not a lot of like seaweed or barnacles or anything growing on it. As you
Barnacles.
you
I mean, that makes sense, but it's ridiculous to think about.
you enter the house, and you approach like a common room that has a man who's just like turned around. He's like looks like he's making something at a table. He turns around as you guys enter. He's startled a little bit. He's an older gentleman. He turns around and he's very old school looking. He's got like kind of these like long, like dangly earrings from him. He's got long hair that's kind of tied back behind his head in like a ponytail. Very like strong cheekbones, and you can see like on his neck the gills that are like clearly visible on his neck. And he looks at you. And he turns around. You notice that he is shirtless and he's wearing like a seaweed loincloth. And he has like a necklace of like looks like different shark teeth and little like urchin spines. Very artsy looking, kind of old school hippie. And he comes over, and Oceanus says, "No, mind you, like Oceanus is dressed more as like a surface dweller. He was kind of wanted to explore the surface world, so he's wearing like pants and a shirt and stuff. But again, most of the other people down here, the Sea Elves, most of them are like shirtless and wearing very simple coverings on their bottom half. And the women have like seashell tops, and they're very, very earthy. So Oceanus stands out a little bit different than the rest of the people around here, but he's always known he's been different. But anyway, you guys enter the house, and the father walks over and goes, and Oceanus points over to the party. He goes, "Father, these are my friends, the travelers. Travelers? Meet my father. We call him the chief. Chief, but his I call him Fathomir Baliasha. Chief
Snollers
of the
walks
Baliasha
forward
clan."
Snollers walks forward and takes out his left hand and goes, "Hello, Father Chief of Baliak clan."
And this guy has like this, like lightheartedness to him. He kind of like roars and chuckles a little bit. It's like, "Oh, it's always an extreme delight to meet newcomers. Welcome, please come in. I'm just making some lunch. Are you boys hungry?"
Snollers is interested in knowing what you eat.
Oh.
Hungry?
And so as you guys are all like entering, and Oceanus is like more than thrilled. He's like, "Snollers, you want to see my room?"
Yeah. Let's go.
So you gotta remember, like Oceanus is like 17. He's young, and he's like super excited that like nobody ever visits his house. So he's like, "All right, come on, I'll show you my Ninja Turtles."
Nautilers would love to understand that there are turtles that are ninjas.
So as you guys are doing that, a few minutes later, you hear the sound of one of of another sea elf, like a common folk, like a commoner. As he enters into the doorway, he goes, "Excuse me, Chief. There is somebody else here to see you. A human is here." As you see Vasen enter through the doorway. Vasen, you already see that the party has already entered in the house, and they're standing around as the father starts bringing them over to this table where he's got like like a large wooden cage with different looking like fish that are still alive. They're kind of swimming around inside this wooden cage, all different like brightly colored fish.
I still can't talk, so
Yeah, so he's like, "Oh, come in. It's interesting to see more of you that are not wearing any of the caps that we provide."
I just nod.
Snarlers was.
So now there's you're off with Oceanus.
I know. I just in general, it's like, well, man.
Yeah, and Oceanus is just like showing you his cool his boy band posters he's got and stuff in his room. He's super excited.
Bunk beds.
Yeah, he's got a bunk bed for sure. Okay. The dad, Fathomir, he gathers you guys around and he says, seeing as how I'd like to speak to all of you, here, hold on a minute. And he turns around and he comes back a minute later with another cap of water breathing. He's like, we sell these here, but any friend of my son is a friend of mine here. And he hands it over to Voss, and he goes to shake your hand and just like, but it's like the strange like handshake where you grab somebody's forearm and like do that deep handshake, and he's like, Feathermere Balyasha, pleased to meet you. What can the undersea do for you?
I just grab his arm and nod.
And then with his other hand, he hands you the cap of water breathing. Put this on, boy.
Oh, yeah. Take it, put it on.
How do you say the command word now? Good luck, sir.
I can't.
As soon as you put it on, though, it like suctions around your throat and makes like a seal.
Is there any way to evacuate the water that's in it?
Yeah, just because we're not gonna like mechanically play with this.
Gotcha.
It's just gonna happen.
Sweet.
Just let it happen.
And I say the words to make me not die.
Yes, you say the words that make you not die, and you can speak underwater.
Holy crap, that was crazy. Thanks for having me, and thanks for the hat.
Oh, like I said, anybody who's friends with my son who has told me so much about the travelers and his tales of adventure with you, and looking for my daughter, rest her soul. But tell me, what brings you here, travelers?
I step forward. I say, we're looking for the Shark Queen.
Oh, that's a name I haven't heard in a very long time. Kilara, as I know her as, before she was the queen. Have you had, you were a Triton. Have you had any experience with a sharkkin?
No, I have not, actually.
I'm not surprised. The Sharkkin are a very, very secretive people, even more secretive than you and your people. They live deep in the reef. But I'm assuming you need to speak to her about the saving the world, is it?
Yes. And if she holds a piece of what we think she has, then she's in danger.
Oh, in danger, you say? Well, that's not good. Me and her go way back, way back. But I do have to warn you, the Sharkkin, they are not very keen on visitors, as they like to maintain their way of life. And They live in a great reef called Nen Habar. The Great Reef is surrounded by sharks, not like those sea devil Sahaugen, our mortal enemies. Unlike them trying to control the sharks, these sharkkin live free with the sharks. You can say they're a peaceful race, but often misunderstood. But be cautious if you go to visit them. They might not welcome you with open arms. Oh, especially Kilara. She's a real fiery one. If you know what I mean.
Well, which direction is Nanabar from here? How do we get here? How do we get there?
Oh, it's to the west, in the far western reaches of the reef. You'll have to pass through several tunnels and undersea caves to get there. Perhaps we'll need a guide. Oceanus, you are always up for an adventure. And
wait, does that mean I'm there if he's talking to Oceanus?
No, he's like calling down the hallway to the sun. Oceanus, come,
all right,
join us.
Do I hear him say you're always up for adventure?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna lean over and whisper as quietly as possible. Don't come with us. Almost everyone dies that does.
He looks at you, he's like, oh, what do you mean? I've traveled with
Nothing, just act cool. Just play it cool. Play it cool.
You're making me nervous, Snothers. Last time I went with you, I did almost die when that giant crocodile almost ate me, but it was fine.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you a heads up. I like you. I like you, man.
I haven't died so far, and I've been around for months.
Snarler says that every time he almost dies.
Well, let's go see what Father wants. And he has a skip to his step as he's got new friends now, and he makes his way back out to the common room, and you guys are all sitting around, and he's about to prepare these fish that are in his cage. As you see him kind of reach in, opens up this lid, and pulls one out, and he tears the head off of it, and he just hands one over to you, Gary. He's like, here. Try one of these. These are especially delicious Maui fish.
I put it up to my nose and smell it. Yeah. Let's take a big old bite out of it.
And then Oceanus and Snyder just see them come down the hallway into the room, and now you guys are all reunited in the living room of this guy's house. Oceanus, I was just telling your friends here that perhaps you'd like to guide them to Nenhabar. And Oceanus looks at him. He's like, well, Dad, I've only been there once when I was just a boy, but maybe it's not a good idea I go. And he looks over at you, Sniders, and winks.
Yeah. I give him a thumbs up. But I'd like to hide it from everyone else. Me.
Okay, do a stealth check.
I'm pretty drunk. I probably don't see it.
I'm disadvantaging myself on this one.
Yeah, good, because everybody sees you do it, and Fathomir stops, and he's like, wait a minute. Son, are you saying you wouldn't help friends in need? That's not the way I've raised you, boy.
There's a saying in the Underdark. A friend is need is one you shouldn't go and die for.
Oh, I don't see any reason for dying just traveling to Nenhabar. We are the Beliasha clan. We are fearless and well respected amongst the reef. Even to Kilara, you just bring up my name and Fathomir. Yeah, she will remember me. I'm sure she will remember me. Anyway, I think you will be fine. Here, take my trusty trident, Oceanus, and he walks over and to a large display case or mantle, and he grabs this trident off the shelf, and he's like, here, son, it's about time you use this for a real adventure. And he's like, well, gee, Dad, I I still don't know if it's a great idea for me to go. I hear that the travelers get into some really crazy adventures, and I don't know if I'm ready for this. What do you? Are you sure? And he looks. Feathermere looks over to the party. Who goes, I trust my son with my life, and I couldn't think of anyone better but myself to go with you. But seeing as how I'm needed here in the village to run the affairs, I cannot spare my time. So please, it would be an insult to not take my beloved son with you on this quest.
Snarlers opens up his book and writes something out real quick. It's like, that's fine. Can you sign this though, real quick?
He looks at it. What is this manner of paper?
It's like, I do not hold the travelers responsible in case my son happens to perish.
It's a waiver. He's like, well, I suppose I could, but I have a very good feeling about this.
If you sign it, Snarlers has a great feeling about this.
I suppose I can do that. So he grabs the pen, and he looks confused because he's also never really signed anything underwater before.
I was going to say, when was the last time he used a pen, ever?
Yeah.
It's probably an ink pen, so as soon as he goes to sign, it's just like ink floating away from it.
He's like, squid.
I'm just thinking Snodlers wants his autograph.
Super smart. No, but super smart.
Well, if you'd like, I could equip you better. We have we have a few magical items. We have potions that we make here. That's kind of what we excel at, is crafting here in Baliasha. Loincloths. I have all sizes that would fit any manner of folk. Like this one.
Snarlers is very interested in seeing your selection. You got anything?
He puts his leg up
really
on the
good?
table and stretches a little bit so you guys can see the loincloth like really well.
I meant everything, not just loincloths.
These are excellent for adventurers like you. They give you maximum range of movement. It'll probably give you a +1 dexterity.
Snarlers kind of likes his pants. Wait, do I have special pants? I feel like I do. I was trying to make Chimera goatskin leggings. I don't remember if I ever picked them up.
Yeah, I don't think they were ever picked up.
I dropped them off to somewhere because I have it in my inventory with a 0. And it says given to the Battlemaster guy who, quote, knows a guy, and I have no idea where it was. I got some pants coming, sir. The loincloth, I don't know if that's the thing for me. Valson, though, like, lives in his loins, so maybe that makes sense.
So,
Nah, I got my robes, bro.
Yeah, but, like, you want something under your robes, right?
He looks at you, Vass, and he's like, well, if you'd like, you can try mine on. And he starts taking his loincloth off.
Sure.
So he takes it off, and he's just standing there,
I'm
completely
drunk
naked.
enough to try anything.
And he gives you his loincloth. It's very freeing. Oceanus, I don't know why he does not like wearing them himself. He did as a boy. He had the cutest little loincloth, but now he prefers to wear surface dweller clothing. I don't understand this boy, but here, take this, Vossen. Then you have like a seaweed loincloth.
Does it actually add +1 to dexterity?
It'll give you advantage on initiative.
That's pretty sweet.
So at that point, Oceanus is like, well, I've got a good feeling about this. And Featherbeard tells him, son, I'll tell you what. Take them down to the market and let them know that I requested them to have whatever they desire for this quest. It's of the utmost importance. It's a matter of saving the world. Oh, And while you're here, about that matter that my son spoke to me about, clearing out the ground beneath the old mansion, the haunted mansion up on some sort of cliffside in the town of Saltmarsh. Is that still something that we have agreed on? I think the price was something like 30,000 gold.
No, we decided not to go down that route.
I'd say if the price is too steep, I could probably lower that a little bit, seeing as how we're all good friends now.
A little bit, you say?
Yeah. The
Issue is Vitoris is broke after paying for that gambling ship.
Well, seeing as if you saved the world, perhaps my people would be inclined to help you out. I mean, that would be a fair trade for our lives and all, stopping the Demon Lord from destroying our home.
That does sound like fair trade. I am down for that.
Ha ha ha! Me too! Alright, this sounds like a fabulous accord. As he's standing there talking to you and his junk is just blowing in the waves.
In the waves, he says. You got a spare loincloth?
Oh, would you like one as well?
Oh no, thank you.
You just want to know for good measure?
What if they'll be comfortable? If I'll be comfortable in a loincloth? I'll pass on the loincloth. I thank you though. But I was just wondering, before you take us down to the market, if you wanted to maybe not walk around the village naked.
Wait, this is
Honestly, Stallers thinks that this is normal around here, so
Does
we're the
this make
outsiders.
you
without
uncomfortable?
one.
Oh no.
Like I said, like most of the people you've seen are like already half naked as you were coming into the town.
Oh, so it's like partially a nudist colony?
Basically, except for Oceanus, he's a little different.
I can't imagine being the only normal one around a bunch of naked people. Alright, yeah, let's go to the market then.
Alright, so is that what you guys are all doing?
Yeah.
Alright, before we kick you out of Feathermere's house. Yeah, so Oceanus brings you guys down to the market, and you go with him, and you see like a wide variety of interesting looking vials of different things, and you see it's kind of like one massive like flea market basically. There's like weapons and arts and crafts and again potions, and you see like food. It's like kind of all lumped in together in this one kind of like central little shop. But yeah, you guys arrive in the market, and Oceana says, "Well, seeing as Father said you can have whatever you like, what exactly are you guys looking for? I could get us some more of these caps of water breathing. Oh, I know. I have these spears here. These are interesting if it's something you would like." So he brings one over. He walks over and he hands Vasen this spear. He's like, "This looks like something that you could handle. It's similar to what you have now, but the interesting thing is, if you throw this, it comes back to your hand."
Like a boomerang?
Yes, it is a spear that after it hits, it will whoosh, magically come back to your hand.
So I throw it like a javelin?
Yes. These
Oh, hell yeah.
And you said it comes back? Like a boomerang?
That's exactly what I said. These things.
So is it a
great.
javelin?
It's the interesting about this thing too is it's a little extra strong. We imbue it with some magical properties, like a +2 worth of magic property.
Dang. You guys really know your stuff.
You really know your shit.
I'll take your Javarang.
So that's gonna be kind of now. Javelrang. I called it the Spear of Retrieval, but we're gonna rename that to Javelrang.
You're welcome.
I didn't make an item in D&D Beyond out of game because I didn't have that kind of patience. But it is a spear that if it hits, it can come back to you. But on a 1, this thing will, as you throw it, it'll fly back, and it will probably damage you.
Ooh, can I use my reaction to throw it back?
Oh, I don't know. We'll think about that one. Yeah, so
it's gonna be a never-ending loop. Oh, I only got one reaction, so.
Yeah, so
that's hate.
So it's a +2 spear, and it comes back to you after you throw it. But on a 1, it hits you.
I hope
You
I don't
have to make a new attack roll. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure out your ability. But anyway, so yeah, so he's got.
God damn, D&D, be honest, pooping.
So he's got a bunch of those. If anybody else wants one of these, you're more than welcome to help yourself. You heard my father. We have these, and he has like a half dozen bottles of potion of water breathing. These are usually sold to the surface dwellers at kind of a markup, if you ask me. But if you need any more of these, you help yourself. And these, again, caps of water breathing, we make these from the semi-translucent worm creatures that are very dangerous, but we use their flesh to make these bubbles that you have around your face.
Their flesh?
Yes. They have like a fleshy, I don't know what you call these things, jellyfish-like coverings. It's like a fleshy, there's not quite scales. It's more of like a membrane.
Sounds delicious.
Well, you don't eat it, but some of the worm can be eaten. But personally, I haven't acquired many of the tastes of the things down here. I prefer the tastes of things from the surface. Someday I shall return and find a nice girl, and I will live on the surface. Maybe with my friends the travelers.
I mean, if you survive, then we got a place for you up on the surface. You can go on a whole bunch of adventures with people.
He said if you
I'm very
survive.
concerned about the surviving. I don't. It's really going to be that dangerous? Even is more dangerous since the time that we went to the lizard folk's lair.
Look. We deal in only world events now. The lizard lair was like a local event. It is way more dangerous. Snarlers is like trying to impress upon this fact and would like to use prestidigitation to are there any candles around? There's not, right? It's underwater. Are there underwater candles?
They do have underwater candles.
Then Snarlers would like to use prestidigitation to like wipe out one of the underwater candles and be like, it's dangerous.
Oh, wow. I forgot. You know the magics.
Doesn't everyone? Taurus even knows it.
We know some magics here. We mostly use ours for crafting purposes. Vitoris doesn't know magic.
Yeah, I thought so too, but then actually I got informed that everyone knows magic because Vitoris suddenly knew it.
That's interesting.
I don't know magic,
No, you got to be lying to me. I thought everyone did.
but I do know how to swim.
Yes, you do.
I swim like a fish.
Unless you take your armor off.
Well, better yet, I swim like a king.
Yeah, so they do have. Trying to find the list here. The candles that will burn underwater. They have a couple of potions of animal friendship. He says these sometimes come in handy when you're dealing with some of the dangerous creatures of the sea, like sharks, krakens. Some of those sort of things.
I'll take one of those as soon as he says Kraken.
Yeah, just the small baby ones. You don't want to get anywhere near some of the bigger ones. But hopefully, you'll never see one.
What was that? Because I'll take one of them. Potion of.
Potion of animal friendship.
Thank you.
And then we have several of these. These are potions of healing. Have you got 4 of those?
How many are those? How much are those? I'll take one.
They're all free. You can have 4.
I'll take one.
Take one of those as well.
Like I said, they had a whole bunch of potions of water breathing. I don't know if you guys want them, but yeah, you guys can take 6 of those.
We got that. I think we all have helmets, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we might want to take the potion of water breathing just in case we lose a helmet.
Oh, my character sheet just died.
And then he says,
I'll take.
Oh, go ahead.
I'll take the other 2 potions of healing.
Okay. We also have these. And then he kind of looks around over his shoulder and goes, these are what the surface dwellers like to come down here and purchase all the time. So, here's these. And he gives you 4 of these little kind of makeshift vials. They're not glass, but they're almost like a shell with a cork kind of in the top of it. And these things are, they call them Starcoal charges. So we're not a very violent bunch of people, but these things do pack a punch. When you throw this, it will explode on impact and dealing quite a bit of damage. But the fire extinguishes right after the initial impact. But let me tell you, these things pack a punch. So they've got 4 of these little grenades that are made with Starcoal, which is an ingredient that burns underwater. And what they do is it has a range of 20 feet you can throw it, 60 feet with disadvantage. You got to make a ranged attack. And on impact, it will explode into a 20-foot diameter circle. It deals 46 fire damage.
That sounds like a bad fireball.
Yeah,
Snarlers kind of likes that.
It's like a mini fireball that you can throw.
Snarlers has a whole bunch of fireballs. I think someone else should grab a fireball.
Oh, it's not a ranged attack. Sorry, you can throw it at 20 feet. Creatures have to make a dexterity saving throw. It's just like fireball.
Yeah.
I will definitely take however many he has.
Yeah, he's got 4 of them. Starcoal is a very hot commodity down here. It grows down here, but it has to be cultivated. You have to be very careful when you're growing it because it could explode. Yep, these are all yours. This is what we can give you. Plus, they also offer the loincloths, and they have their version of leather mariner's armor, but nothing that you guys would probably want. But it's there. They have studded leather and leather armor. It will give you a swim speed while wearing it.
Snarlers wish you could wear leather.
I'll get one of those, the studded leather mariner set.
Sure. And it's kind of woven with seaweed and the leather is actual leather that they acquire from the surface, and they treat it to make it kind of a little bit more water resistant.
Nice.
Did you say you guys make those javelins or javelins?
The javarangs.
Yeah.
Yes, we do make these here. Would you like one?
So, no, thank you. My question is more: can you improve an already made weapon?
What kind of weapon?
I pull out vengeance.
Oh, we can only do that with like throwing weapons.
You can throw it.
Fucking Legion of Doom. Legion of Doom. Hey, Yuri. Legion of Doom.
Yeah, I pull out the throwing axes and hand them over to Ocanus.
And he looks at these and he's like, "Oh, beautiful craftsmanship from the surface. You'd like me to imbue these with your magics, or with our magics?
With your magics.
It might take a
Please.
few hours."
That's fine.
Okay, anything for you. And he like calls over to like one of these one of the merchants that look like they know their shit. And he hands them off. He's like, "Now take good care of these. These are special. These are my friends. They are going to save the world. So yeah, please put the old Sea Elf magic on these."
Hey, be careful with those things. They're sharp.
So yeah, so he's gonna take them. It's gonna take a couple hours, but they're gonna do their ritual, and they're gonna make them into axorangs.
Axorangs.
Nice.
Ooh. Do you gotta like try and dodge them or something when they come back to you?
Yeah, don't forget that. If you miss, they will fucking smash you in the face.
Yes, they will hurt yourself.
Literally the downfall.
But you don't get the extra +1. But those were +1 axes, throwing axes. The spears were +2. They're just getting the property of them coming back to you.
Still worth it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
still
I don't
worth
want to.
it.
I don't want to lose those things. If I can help it.
Well, now you could throw them and they'll come back. Even if you miss, they're still coming back. Just might get hit.
They just might stick in my shoulder.
Yeah, that's all right.
And as long as you have a swim speed, you can actually use them underwater without disadvantage.
Ooh, fancy.
So Yuri does, because Yuri has the cloak of Manta Ray.
And I think he has mariner's armor.
And he has mariner's armor, so he's good either way.
I went from ready to drown to
Crushing the water.
Yeah, swimming like a fish.
Somebody had the ring of swimming. Who was that? Was that also Yuri?
I don't know. I was about to ask Vossen, do you have a swim
I have
speed?
no swim speed.
I will give you my... They require attunement, but I got gloves of swimming and climbing, but I don't need them anymore because I have mariner's armor now.
Yeah, plus, like I said, like in the ship, the ship of the dam, somebody picked up the ring of swimming, which will give you a swim speed.
I did. I put that on my pinky. That's my pinky ring.
Jesus Christ. You don't get like triple the swim speed, Yuri.
They don't stack? I'll give Vossen my gloves of swimming and climbing.
I'll keep that in mind when someone needs to swim. But I have the ring. I forgot
Although
I had that.
it would be super helpful if D&D Beyond would quit shitting the bed.
I keep having to reset to get it. All right, I'm doing that, and I'm going to unequip my Rod of Finding because my attunement slots are full.
So the gloves of swimming and climbing don't actually grant you with the swim speed.
Oh, I don't want that
What
shit
are they
then.
not?
It just doesn't cost you. You don't have extra movement underwater, and you have a +5 to strength
Oh.
checks made to climb or swim.
Oh, because
Fuck that.
normally it would cut your movement in half if you're swimming,
I
right?
mean that
Right.
Equivalent.
that is giving you swim speed, but in the reverse, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but
Well,
Otherwise-
you can have my ring.
Is it going to give me disadvantage for attacking?
you'll still have disadvantage for attacking,
Uh,
unless you're using something like a piercing
Sphere.
weapon, like the
Yeah,
spear, or
yeah.
like a. But you won't be able to use your staff underwater. I mean, you can.
That's
Just disadvantage.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll keep the gloves.
Okay. So that requires attunement. I don't think the ring of swimming actually requires attunement. So.
Does it?
I don't know.
I don't know. I just slapped that fucker on my pinky, not even caring what it was for.
I'd rather take that if it doesn't take attunement.
Yeah, the ring of swimming does not require attunement, and it gives you a swimming speed of 40 feet while wearing this ring.
Yeah. I'll take that. If you're not using it here.
I'm not.
I'll give the gloves back to you.
I mean, it looked really good on your pinky, though.
I'm sure dead. But you're more important, Boston.
Aw, what a moment.
Equipment not added.
So now Vossen has 2 rings. He's looking real pimp. He's got the ring of mind shielding and the ring of swimming. Except for the mind shielding one is invisible, so.
Mother trucker.
I'm giving you that ring only. In return, you just have to imprint that in somebody's forehead.
Oh, done deal. That's easy. I'm gonna punch something for sure.
Playing with my inventory is what's called wreaking fucking havoc on my character sheet.
Perfect. I don't have to unattune anything.
I was just trying to help.
Alright, so anything else you guys want? I mean, they have other, like, random, like, normal stuff like crossbows and javelins and spears and underwater sort of equipment.
I actually can't hold on to much more. Oh, the rod requires attunement. Right.
How long have we had that Rod of Attunement?
I've used it a bunch. We've had it for a long time.
Oh yeah, the Rod of Finding was one of the first
Yeah.
first things you got.
I think we got that and like the Bag of Holding early. I still got my Cursed Luckstone.
Alright, so, I mean, assuming you guys just kind of have a little downtime, we wait a couple hours for Yuri's stuff to get created. And enjoy the sights and sounds of the hippie elves under here. At that point, Oceanus says, well, I guess now's as good a time as ever. Do we want to head out? Are you guys ready?
Do you have any gefilte fish?
Are you looking for the fish that the Trilurans eat?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have those. again, it's a delicacy that we try to sell to the surface people.
I'll just take a couple to just eat on the way up and out, or when I get on the boat,
Are you
because
sure
they
you
don't
want?
last long.
No,
They don't last long.
they'll last underwater. It's cold down
Yeah,
there.
well, underwater, but we're gonna be on a boat.
Yeah, because you might not want to
We
eat
can't
them.
just drag him behind?
I'm like, how do you do that bad?
Do you want a whole crate of these?
We're gonna drag a crate behind the boat? Probably not.
I mean, if you want a couple here, we can just have some for the road. It is a
Yeah,
long hike
yeah.
through the coral.
Hey, this is a couple off for the road. Gotta keep the buzz going, you know what I mean? It's fucking throughout the day.
Yeah, yes, yeah, I get it. Some road fish. Yeah,
Yeah, let's road fish. Let's road fish. I'll cheers with you.
I can't remember the name of them. I have it written down somewhere.
They're gefilte fish.
That's not the name of them.
Sure it is.
I guess it's not important.
I know I wrote it down. Pretty sure that's what they are.
That's not the name of them. That's what you think is the name of them.
That sounds familiar. Flahilda fish or something like that.
Let me see.
I don't dare dip into my notes.
I looked through, but I didn't have it written down. And I know it's the intestines, the fermented intestines.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I can remember.
I think I have it in my written notes because it's one of those things that's kind of made up on the spot.
Kahlua?
Yeah, Kahlua fish or something like that. Yeah.
It is cool. I have that exactly down. CALUR. Kahlua fish intestines. That's what it is.
Gefilte fish. Yeah. It's
Gefilte fish. Close enough. Kahlua fish. There it is. Bring crate home.
pretty great. So good. Get you fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
Didn't the last time you just like popped a crate of those down, told fucking Pinkerton to make
Yeah, but they got
out of it?
all fucking gross. They got all rotten.
there wasn't a whole
What
lot
if
of
Pinkerton ever
keeping
got
them cool.
home?
No, they got rotten before they got there.
Oh,
All right. So yeah, he says, "All right. Let's head out before it gets too late and you guys get tired." By that time, so Yuri, you have your axorangs back, and you guys head out through the coral. Now,
Fucking Legion of Doom back.
Legion of Doom is reunited. The coral looks a little bit like this. It's just like a big picture of artwork. It's just like a long valley of just like wall to wall coral, and there's all sorts of like sea life swimming about. You see the occasional like bits of the surface world, sunken ships and broken rowboats, and every once in a while the body of a skeleton or like of a pirate will pop up someplace stuck, and the coral has kind of grown around the body. But it takes you a few hours as you guys make small talk, and Oceanus the whole time is like sightseeing. He's showing you guys all the like this piece of coral here is this, and this one looks like it's in the shape of a nose. And he's very excited to show you guys his habitat. But eventually, a few hours in, a half a day's walk underwater, and it goes rather well as he tells you what to avoid and what to expect. And he tells you like he hasn't been to this place since he was a kid. But be on your guard when we get there because the people they're not used to strangers. Even more so than like the Trilorans. These people are very skeptical of others.
So now would be a bad time to ride in on a giant octopus. Gotcha.
Yeah. But traveling there, you could be traveling on your octopus instead of having to walk like these other peasants.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna waste a spell slot on just
Being a
Boring.
lazy piece of shit.
yeah.
All right. So anyway, so a few hours in, you finally make your way to a point where the coral starts getting thicker and thicker, and again, you start going through these kind of tunnels, and it gets darker, and the vibrance of the coral starts getting brighter and brighter, and now it's almost like a thick forest of coral. You see less and less like aquatic life of like aquatic humanoid life, and more now you're just seeing aquatic life. Like you're starting to see sharks and more jellyfish, and this land is a little bit more wild than the previous couple hours. You're like walking through the coral homes of the different elven sea elf tribes and stuff, and you make your way into kind of like a deeper a clearing that's kind of surrounded by coral, and on the other side of this clearing, as you pop out this small tunnel, you see another large tunnel on the other side of this clearing. The coral kind of like surrounds the top of you. You guys are kind of like in a dome of coral, basically. The ground is littered with starfish and rocks and coral and sea anemones. And as you approach out of this small cave, you see something swim by, very large. This thing looks to be about probably about 15, 20 foot long, maybe. It's a large kind of eel-like creature. It's kind of pinkish in color. It has kind of the consistency of like a jellyfish on the outside, but it has also like kind of spines on it, and with kind of like spikes coming out of its face like mandibles, as this thing kind of swims by, and it kind of wraps around behind a large grove of coral. I'm going to put you guys on this map. So
That's not a boss.
So you guys are on the right-hand side as you came out of this small cave, and you see this thing, and it's kind of like swirling around behind like this massive thing of coral, which extends like a giant spire about 20, 30 feet high. And all of these large ones are, this one and this one are two like large spires of coral. And then there's like some smaller like shrubbery coral on the ground.
Man, that sea queen looks weird.
All right, so it doesn't quite spot you. So what do you guys want to do before we throw down?
I want to try my emissary of the sea to yell out to it. We mean you no harm, but we'll kill you if provoked.
So hold on, let me.
Before he does that, I want to try to hide.
Okay, so roll stealth check, and before that, as soon as you guys, because Oceanus would have been leading the path, and as he comes out, he would have seen this thing with his superior underwater laser vision. He tells you guys, he's like, be careful. Up ahead is a very dangerous creature, but this is a very, very large one. This looks like a matriarch. Where did my sheet go? Sorry. This is a blushworm, large one. These are what we make caps of water breathing out. Its membrane-like surface, flesh on it, has magical properties. But I don't think I've ever seen one quite this large before. We should probably hide and tread carefully. Alright, so Vasen, yeah, you seem pretty hidden.
Yeah, I want to go behind this one down here.
I'm sticking close.
I'll just take a
Oceanus.
step back into the thing.
So you remember, Oceanus was an extremely well-off fighter, very adequate.
Back when it was lizard folk.
He's into the
Didn't
same
he
thing.
almost die a couple times?
Yeah, he was fine though.
I would think he would be more skilled in the water. You think?
Yeah, he's in his home. So yeah, he rolls a. He doesn't have any bonuses stealth, so he rolls a 16. He does the same thing. He comes over here behind one of this large one, and is hidden with Vitoris. Yuri and Colas, are you guys gonna hide, or what are you guys doing?
I'm going to try. Obviously, I don't want to be seen.
So Yuri rolls an 11. Not very stealthy. Which way are you going, Yuri?
I'm going to try to squeeze up here by Boston.
Okay.
Is there room there for me, you think?
Vasen's behind like a bunch of bushes. So not really. As Vasen is hidden, you're like trying to like squeeze in there, and you're like pushing him out of the way.
My ass is hanging out.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, Colas, you swim over towards the large coral, and all of a sudden the large creature just kind of like, you see it kind of like its head raise up over the top of the coral and look down on top of you as it sees you approach. And
Well,
you,
then,
you wanted to do something, right?
Yeah, that's when I yell out, we mean you no harm, but we will kill you if provoked. Anything with swim speed can understand me, but I can't understand them in return.
Okay. All right, and with that, you see it with like kind of a very aggressive stance as its mouth kind of opens wide, and you see these mandibles just like open up on the side of its face as it swims over the top and begins swimming straight towards you, ready to rush down to devour you, Kolos. So, yeah, unfortunately, this thing is not the sort of thing that wants to talk or listen. So let's roll for initiative.
Golos is gonna get eaten.
I tried
So, why? Can I ask why are we even in this room? Is this the only way?
I guess the
Think
only
we
way to
could
get
go?
through. Yeah.
Damn, Snodlers.
Oceanus was calling out, or was telling you, you're like, we have to get through this other cave. That's the entrance to the Shark Queen's realm.
Oh, okay. I should have.
I got the 24.
Well, damn. Let's see. This thing is going to roll.
The seaweed loincloth gives me advantage on that, right?
Yes, it does.
I have them over my pants, by the way. So it looks absolutely ridiculous because I was drunk when I put them on.
Let's see. I gotta find his dex. Okay, so he rolls terrible. Or it. I don't know. I think Oceanus said it seemed like a matriarch. Oh, I didn't add a turn for it. That's why it's not working. Duh. I know how this works. It rolls a 10 total. So it goes before everybody, or everybody goes before it except for Snobblers. All right, so Kolos, so yeah, this thing comes flying up, swimming up over the top of the. It's above you, like at the top of this pile, this mountain of coral, and you can see its head arching over as it's heading down in your direction. What do you want to do?
Wait, I'm supposed to have 24. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just about to say Vossen got advantage on his, so you got 24.
Yeah, I don't know why it didn't work.
Why did it put you down there?
Because
no
you
idea.
didn't actually click the button that made it advantage.
Oh, okay.
And it
Okay.
always
I did.
rolls twice.
I did. Oh
No.
no, it went away.
Yeah, it's okay. It worked now. You're at the top. So
I have it selected in D&D Beyond.
No, it will always roll 2, but you have to hold shift to actually say do advantage.
Yeah, because it used 16 instead of your 24.
Oh, I thought. All right, I
okay.
get it.
But yeah, that's my bad. All right, so Kolis, yeah, you see that coming, but Vasen, you were quicker to react first as you see this thing coming over the top, and you see these large mandibles reaching out towards Kolos.
So I have 60 feet of range with my new fucking spear.
60 feet is disadvantage, I think. Let me see. What is the spear?
It says
20.
20. The first number is the range.
Yeah,
Yes.
20. The first
Alright.
number is the range. The second number is
Is
its
disadvantage.
max range at disadvantage.
All right. Yeah, well then, I peek out fucking where I'm at, throw my fucking spear ring.
Spearang, yeah. Nice. With a 27 to hit. That's gonna just barely hit. Yep.
$12.
For 12. Okay.
Sure, it's a one-handed, right? When it's thrown.
Yeah, that's gonna be one hand. Yeah, if you're hand
How
to
does it
hand, you
have-
can do it two hand.
Okay.
All right, so boom. Yeah, you see it just like spear flies through, tracks through, goes right through the squishy membrane of this thing, and you see it kind of like bubbles like exploding out of its mouth as it rears back a little bit, and then the spear goes through this thing, punctures right through it, comes back up in a large arc, and comes zooming right back to your hand as you put your hand up and catch it.
I just look over fucking at Yuri and smile and fucking chuck it again.
Especially because this is the first time that Vasen has ever actually done something ranged.
And chuck it again.
All right. Yeah, 25 hits. Go ahead. For another
For
9.
Does it know where I am still?
Yeah, now that you've thrown
Chucked
that,
it?
you're no longer hidden, right?
What do I want to do here? I'm gonna bonus action patient defense.
All right.
And that's my turn.
Okay, Kolos. Yeah, you see this thing above the top of you. It was headed down in your direction. You look up and you see the spear rip right through this thing. 2 attacks rip through it, but it's still advancing on your position.
All right, is it within 10 feet of me?
Yeah, so it's about 10 feet above you.
Perfect. I am going to use my Channel Divinity and Vow of Enmity, so I get advantage on it. And then, for my action, I will cast Crusader's Mantle. So anybody within 30 feet of me, any friendly that hits with a weapon adds a d4 of radiant damage to every weapon hit.
Cool.
Concentration, minute. It didn't post it. Hang on.
So it should be everybody. Right? Alright,
And then
cool.
I'm just gonna hold my ground.
Alright. Yuri, I'm standing there, and you feel like you're not very hidden, but what do you want to do?
Not sure what my swim speed is with this armor.
It's probably 30 feet.
I think
What does it go?
equal to your walking speed.
Yeah, so are you 20? Oh, you were only 25, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so 25 feet.
So, I also don't have anything for the throwing axes.
So
What do I
anything
have?
that does
What-
anything that does slashing damage is going to be at disadvantage. Even the throwing axes, they're not really meant for like throwing underwater. But you can throw them. You also have a crossbow. Anything that does like piercing damage, like crossbows, spears, javelins, you can do not have disadvantage. But then again, you also have a swim speed, so never mind. Disregard that. So you don't have disadvantage for throwing axes. Forgot you have the cloak of manta ray.
What do I have for range for those?
Throwing axes are hand axe. It's a +1 hand axe. They are
Yes.
20 feet. So they have 60-foot disadvantage. It's a D6 damage. So I can put this in your character sheet. So actually, you can do it, Yuri. So just the eye, the symbol, the black symbol of the eye in it, the compendium, and roll 20.
Yes.
Okay, so click on that and just type in hand axe, all one word. It'll pop up. You'll see +1 hand axe. You click that and just drag it onto your character sheet, and it puts it in your character sheet. Then you click on it.
Do I try my character sheet? Oh, there we go. Good. All right, give me one second.
If you want, I can do
Here
it
we
for
go.
you.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
I think. Maybe I don't.
Okay. I can do it for you. Alright, hand axe.
It would let me grab it, but it wouldn't let me drag it. Maybe I was dragging it to the wrong spot.
I was just gonna put it on the wrong character. Hold on. I'm trying to find you. Where are you? Yeah. Well, shooting here. Okay, there you are. All right, index onto Yuri.
Did you do it?
I don't know why your character sheet keeps going away. All right, so just don't worry about it. Just roll a d20, and we will add your shit for you.
All right, I'm gonna step out a little bit. 5, 10, 15. Can I throw? Is that thing tall enough that I throw over this?
Yeah, you can see it's coming over the top of it anyway. So.
I'm probably gonna be missing. I'm not gonna be fluent in throwing these.
So it's a 10 plus 4, so it would be 10 plus 8 plus 10 plus, so it's a 19 to hit. That's going to hit, so go ahead and roll damage. It's a d6 plus 5.
Plus the D4 of Radiant.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'll just keep rolling the D4.
Okay. So 9,
Oh, I roll.
so 11 damage.
And I'm gonna do that again. Push my luck.
Go for it. Yeah, same thing. You throw a hawk, hits the thing, comes flying back. So are you? Here's my question too. Are you using both of them, or do you have one of them out, boomeranging it, and you have? So you
Yeah,
have both of them
I'm
out
just
with your shield
throwing-
on your back, or you have your shield out and just doing one of
I
them.
don't. I'm just throwing one at a time.
Okay. Sorry, I wasn't looking at your roll. Yeah, 15 plus 5 is gonna hit. Yep. For 3, 6 for another 10 points. 11 points plus 1. All right, yeah. So the thing just comes flying through there, comes right back to your hand. You feel the power within Hawk and Animal.
And I also realized after leveling up that I get a third attack now.
Oh, sweet.
So I think I'm right in saying that, right?
You got it.
I just don't want to. I don't want to be cheating.
No, you're not.
So I'm going to push my luck even further and throw it again. And fail.
Yeah, this time you're not gonna hit. It's not gonna be enough. 5 plus 3 is 8 plus D4 is still not gonna be enough.
Yeah, but did he roll a 1? Or did he roll 3?
You rolled a 3.
I rolled a 3.
Oh.
So what kind of damage do I take then?
None, you
you
didn't
don't
roll a 1.
Yeah, it just comes back to your hand. It just missed, went far, and it just looped all the way back to your hand. It only
Oh, I
hits
thought he
you,
said
like, if you hit it, if you roll a 1, it comes back and you can't catch it. Then it's like that scene from Road Warrior when the guy goes to catch the boomerang and it cuts his fingers off.
Hell yeah.
So anyway, so
He's got the mind of a child.
It's one of my favorite movies. Let's see.
And then I just swim back over for cover. Well, I don't even know if you can call it that. I just basically swim behind Boston to make him my meat shield, I guess you could say.
All right.
Pretty sweet though. 3 attacks.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I added the Legion of Doom to your character sheet. Which is a
Nice.
plus 9 to hit. I miscalculated.
So, if I'm throwing, If I'm throwing one or two, is that going to make a difference? I mean, obviously, my shield has to be on my back if I'm throwing two of them.
I think you can only throw one at a time anyway.
Yeah, you can only throw one at a time.
So, reasoning to have two in my hand would just be to look badass.
Technically, you probably could throw with your bonus action with dual wielding.
Right, with dual wielding or two-weapon fighting, you can throw the first one, and then you have a bonus action to throw the second one, and then you have your...
2 more action attack throws.
Right. But you'd only get one attack each time of those, right? Because you don't get a new bonus action to throw your second weapon.
Correct.
So you'd actually
So I can only throw...
So
I
you
can
get
only
a total
throw
of
two.
four, you get a total of 4 attacks if you didn't have your shield out instead of 3.
Okay.
That would be the thing.
Okay.
And one of them you don't get to add your
Plus damage,
your,
too.
Your plus damage, yeah, your strength higher, just the proficiency bonus. But anyway,
Okay.
so still a productive turn. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, I had moved back and that's it.
All right. I might have actually fit. So a hand axe actually doesn't use your melee strength modifier. It uses your dexterity probably.
No, I think hand axe is one that does use your strength.
So it's
I could
light.
be wrong though.
The properties are light and range and thrown.
Pretty sure. Without looking, I'm pretty sure hand axes cover that.
So a hand axe would be still using strength.
Yep.
Because I think
Light.
the same thing with like javelin.
So did we
Hand axes are light.
figure something? Did we figure something wrong
No, I just wasn't
because
sure
of that?
which modifier to use. Because you have a +4 to strength, but you only have a +1 to dexterity. So I wasn't sure. Like ranged weapons use dexterity. Like the Taurus uses his dexterity for
Yeah,
crossbow, but
it's-
like an
Hand
axe,
axes are not finesse, so they
Yeah,
cannot
it's-
use dexterity.
It's
Okay.
the finesse property that allows you to use strength or dexterity.
Yeah, either or, right?
But since it's not that one's strength, I think that's the only. Well, maybe javelins
Javelin's the other one. Yeah.
in the Ikla.
But okay, cool. So I got that set up for you, right? All right. So that was it for your turn, Yuri.
Yes.
All right. So the Taurus, you're hidden. Very hidden.
Super hidden. I'm gonna use
Eh.
city.
As usual.
Says the man that's fucking ass humping the monk.
Yeah, something.
Did the fucking
Called
loincloth turn you
teamwork.
on over there?
It's called teamwork.
Seeing how secure that loincloth is, I'm gonna use steady aim to attempt to shoot this thing in the mouth. The 28 to hit
20 will hit.
for 36,
Damn.
38.
40.
Oh yeah,
Wait.
+2. Jesus.
Yep. 40.
Nice. Yeah, you see
And
the
then-
bolt just rip right through this thing's face.
And then I duck down back behind my little coral here, and I tell Oceanus, like, just hang out here with me, man. And that would be it for my turn.
You're gonna bonus action hide.
No.
Okay.
I just duck down, attempt to use this as cover.
All right. Oceanus, what are you gonna do? Oh shit. I don't know. So
Told him
Oceanus,
just hang.
he
hang
has
out here with
Daddy's
me.
trident. Daddy's +1
Oh,
Daddy's
God.
trident. He could throw it.
Just hang out here, man. It'll be fine. We'll
but
get through this.
he also has a crossbow. So seeing what you did, he's gonna copy you. And he's gonna be like, I got this. Then he's gonna move 5, 10, 15, 20. He's gonna come up from behind the other side of the coral. But he winks at you before he swims over there, Vitoris, and he's gonna make 2 crossbow. Oh no, 1 crossbow attack at this time. Oceanus, go. 15 to hit. That is not enough, Oceanus. I'm sorry, but try again. All right, so yeah, he fails. He looks sad. His turn's over. It's this thing. It comes closer, over the top, and it's like 5 foot over the top of you now. I would say Vitoris. I don't know why I always want to call you Vitoris. Kolos. But this thing looks. Oh, wrong clicker thing. He looks hungry, and his teeth are like. Those mandibles are out flailing, but it draws its attention as it gets hit by all these attacks from Yuri and Vasen. And you see its mouth open up, and all of a sudden this just red spume of just acid just comes spewing out of this thing's mouth. So Kolos, Vasen, and Yuri, I think all of you 3 need to make dexterity saving throws. I think luckily for Snodlers, he is just out of range by about 5 feet.
Snodler's also stayed in the cave.
No, went back into the cave.
Even better.
I got a 15 plus 4. Those guys aren't close enough.
I'm using my reaction to use evade, and I take nothing.
Okay.
I'm going to use
It's a free
my,
effect, which I think
I'm going to use my Indomitable to try again.
Okay, so first, Vasen, can you post that? You say it's an effect? Because this is an attack, not an effect.
says when you are subjected to an effect that allows you to make a dexterity saving throw. Take half damage if you fail.
Okay.
No damage if you succeed.
All right. Okay. Then you take no damage. Go ahead, Yuri. What are you going to use?
The Indomitable to re-roll my saving throw.
Okay, cool. Go for it, because that's a shitty roll.
That one's not much better.
No, because the DC is 16. You almost made it. So Vasen makes it as he kind of rolls down out of the way as this acid comes spewing out of this thing's mouth, and a 15-foot or a 30-foot cone. So, yeah, Kolos and Yuri, you guys are going to take a little bit of damage.
Let me get my calculator out.
Oh, let me get my advanced dice roller calculator out here. Uh, 9d6 worth of damage is 35 points of acid damage.
I heard 96 damage and I shit the bed a little.
9d6.
I also heard 96. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, 9d6 damage. That would be 35 damage. 35 acid damage.
And your new armor is melted. Sorry.
That sucks.
It's not melted.
It doesn't damage anybody's new armor.
I'm joking, Cash.
But the Constitution save is... This is right, I always forget. 10 or half the damage taken?
Mm-hmm.
Half of
And
30.
that's 38.
Still gonna make it. Okay. Yep.
So, yeah. Or, it would be 38 if you doubled it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Still concentrating.
Yeah, it'd be 18. Yeah. Yeah, you're good. All right. Let's see. That's its attack, and then that brings up Snothers.
Snutters swims out slightly. I assume this thing's just ginormo, right?
Yeah, it's huge. It's like bigger than this coral, and it's literally about 5 feet above. It's like massing over the top of Kolos. It's like creating a huge shadow over him.
God. I am going to say over the telepathic bond, holy Gark. Then I'm going to launch the one thing that Snarlers knows how to do best, kind of behind it a little bit. Oh God.
Alright, let's see. Dexterity, what does he have?
And I would like to make this lightning damage. Can I do that?
Yeah, underwater
No,
lightning,
that makes
sure.
sense.
I'm scared.
It's probably far enough away where it's not going to affect any of you guys.
I mean, I figured because it's so big and there's a giant ass rock, like if I threw it behind it, I'd probably be safe regardless.
Sure. He doesn't have a whole lot of dexterity, so this might work out.
And with that, Snarlers creeps back in.
Oh, he rolls a 6 plus 2. He rolls an 8.
Well, he takes 37
Oh,
lightning.
nice. And he is not immune to lightning damage, so that's
Yay! I figured fire underwater was absolutely worthless.
yeah, that probably would make sense. All right, and Kolos, you freak out for a second there. You start seeing like this bolts of energy, this all over the top of you. You kind of duck down a little bit, fearing getting electrocuted. All right, go ahead, Dawson. Back to the top of the order.
Okay. So after I see that acid spray, I fucking yell to Yuri, spread out! And then I like put my legs on the bottom of these crops, like torpedo in with the spear leading, and I attack.
Oh shit, yeah.
Two-handed. Can I make it up here? Yeah, I'm gonna not be near people because I was like, that shit sucked. Yeah, get up there. Yeah. Oh no, 16. Oh.
16's gonna miss. You come in, this thing just kind of like twists just enough for you miss it.
And I'm spinning around and try to do like a fucking stab for its. Does it have eyeballs?
Oh yeah, it's got eyeballs.
Oh, I'm going
Teeny
for
little
its eyeball.
eyes. They're very small.
Go for eyeball.
Oh,
Wow!
nice. All right.
Pull the eyeball out with it. Two-handed.
Yeah, you blind this thing.
Oh,
One
Jesus
eye.
Christ.
Does my spell get 2d4 now? Because of the crit? I don't know how that works.
Yes, because he's rolling. You're rolling dice. So anytime there's a dice roll. So 3.
This is a 16? No, 17?
17.
Plus 3. 20?
20. Yay, we like math. Oh yeah, this thing's looking pretty hurt now.
And then I'm gonna fucking punch it at disadvantage. 21
21 disadvantage. Alright, unarmed strike
for 13.
for 13 damage. Punch this
Put
thing
that
in
ring
the
up.
face.
4? Do I get his roll? Or is that only once?
No, that was what I was going to ask. Are monks' fists technically weapons?
Yes, they are.
It's an actual magical weapon.
And his is a magical weapon with his rafts.
That's my turn.
Okay, so minus another 1. Alright, Kolos, yeah. This thing is looking really hurt now. It's kind of, you see its blood leaking into the water all around. Its blood is more like a jelly-like oozy substance.
Well, out comes the elemental longsword. And I get a 24.
Alright.
Oh, cool. It fucking rolls my improved smite already. So 15. And 2. So 17. And I'll burn a charge of the sword. another 2d4. Lightning.
Oh yeah, blast this thing for another 7.
And swing again. With 27 to hit.
Oh yeah, 27.
Wanna hang on. Just hit 3d4 there. Burn another charge, and I'm going to Divine Smite. At second level. Why not? 17 damage.
Alright, how do you do it?
It's still coming down at me.
It reared back as it put its head up and just sprayed all the acid out. So its head it was facing towards Yuri and Yuri's position.
Alright, I'm gonna squat down a little bit and launch myself up, and then stab the sword into its gut and just cut all the way up to its head.
And it almost like splits in half.
And then with the smite, it just explodes.
Oh, it's nice. And Oceanus is like excited because that's a lot of caps of water breathing they're gonna make. Somebody's gonna help bring this back to the village. Alright, yeah, so you guys are out of combat as you dispatch the this giant worm guarding the entrance to the Sharkman's coral home.
I'm gonna touch myself for 30.
Snot alerts from the cave. Did you guys get it?
It's dead.
Yeah, we got it.
Comes out. Man, that thing was easy.
Oceanus goes over to Yuri and he's like, I'm glad you have that armor. That worked out pretty good. Then he sees Snarlers come out of the cave. He's like, wait, I thought you said this was going to be dangerous. This was a piece of cake.
It's because you're with one of the best adventuring groups there is. Fuck those other guys.
Especially the Adventurers Guild. Is that what they're called? Snarlers really doesn't remember.
They're not worth mentioning or remembering.
Well, I heard it was the Hero Society that helped lead the attack on the Sahaugen fortress and destroyed it.
Who just dominated this thing? The Travelers.
Oh, I'm not doubting that.
Don't listen to them, Oceanus. The Hero Society's not so bad.
Shut the fuck up, Yuri. You go join them then.
I'm
I
willing
just
to touch Yuri. I'm willing to touch you for 15, so you can heal for 15.
Where are you? Oh, okay. Well, what I was going to say is I was going to touch myself while I watched Kolos touch himself, but
We can touch ourselves while I touch you.
Dear God. Alright, yeah, you guys take a minute to catch your breath and heal up your wounds a little bit as you see the floating carcass kind of just as it's drifting apart. There's jelly-like substance all over. And Oceanus points to the cave to the west, and he's like, "Well, that's it. That's the entrance to the to Nen Habar, the realm of the Shark Queen." And don't be scared now.
Well, you guys ready?
so who's going to do the talking in here?
Well, that's
You
where we're
can,
headed
Yuri.
tonight. You guys
You
have
can,
a
Yuri.
week to figure this out.
You could talk to her. Serenade her with your fucking sweet vibes. And you could ask her the Bugs Bunny question.